This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
On a Friday in New York City with Don LaGreca and Peter Rosenberg eventually. I'm Alan Hahn. 800-919-3776 is the number to be part of the conversation on a Friday. We got a lot to talk about with you and a lot of different things. First of all, Don did not get his three-pointer last night. These Thursday games, but the Denver Broncos offense, my Lord. So Don's already out when it comes to three. Peter and I have a chance at 6 points. The best Don can do now is 3 points this weekend. We'll make our picks a little bit later on in the show. Before the boys join us here, I wanted to just point to something as the Giants have a game this weekend against Chicago, and everything's going to be about stopping the run, right? And there's all the talk about Brian Daboll now for the rest of the season because we already can establish that they have a quarterback. They have Jackson Dart, and that's great. And you're going to watch him develop, and you're going to watch him become the quarterback you hope he can be, which is a franchise quarterback. But nothing's going to be decided about him and his future this year. You have no idea what he's going to be. You got to put real talent around him. But one thing you do know is that Brian Daboll's offense looks like it's supposed to look with him at quarterback. In fact, it looks better than it looked with Daniel Jones. Mm-hmm. Donnie, I went back. In his 6 starts, they're averaging 24.1 points per game. And you know why I know that's all offense? Because the Giants' defense don't score. They give up points. But they don't get pick sixes. They don't get fumble recoveries for touchdowns. They don't score. It's strictly what the offense does. And this kid's giving you 24.1. In the last 4 games, 27.5 points a game. So tell me, like, if I'm Brian Daboll, I'm going, look, the offense is looking the way it's supposed to look because we got my quarterback there. But if you're Jackson Dart, you got to say, but I hate losing. So I don't want to tether these two as much as you wanted to believe the quarterback and the coach are kind of tied together. And Dart has been very complimentary of Daboll and appreciative of he believed in me and all those things. But when you think about this, Don, last year Daboll's offense averaged 16 points a game. The year before that, under 16 points a game. The one year they were good and made the playoffs, 21 points a game.
Sure.
This kid's doing things with the offense of the Giants haven't seen offense scoring at this rate in 10 years since McAdoo's first season.
That's really saying something.
Right? I mean, it's unreal. I kept going, they just can't be right, but I kept looking like, no, it's right. 26 points a game they scored in 2015. He's scoring 24 a game and 27 over the last 4. So I don't think if I'm Dart and you watch his post games and every time they lose, he's 2-4 as a starter. He looks miserable. And I love a quarterback that hates losing, that doesn't try to reason losing. He doesn't try to make anything right or find the positives or the silver linings. No, he hates it. I love that about him. But if I'm him and people are saying Jackson Dart could save Brian Daboll's job, I'm him going, I don't know if I want to save this dude's job because I want to win.
Yeah, you want to win. And also, it's so funny how we just automatically, when a quarterback performs well, that it has to be the coach the reason why. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, the previous 3 years, Brian Daboll had Daniel Jones as his quarterback. And even in the year they made the playoffs in 22, 15 touchdown passes for Daniel Jones, 7 rushing touchdowns. They certainly didn't do it with a tremendous offensive team. They were led by Saquon Barkley, they were opportunistic, and they won 9 games and won a playoff game. Now, Daniel Jones couldn't get anything done, so the answer was, well, Daniel Jones isn't any good. Well, now Daniel Jones goes to Indianapolis and might win the MVP. So doesn't Daboll take a hit for that? He had a quarterback. He had a quarterback that had ability, couldn't get anything out of him. Now, Jackson Dart comes in. Now, Jackson Dart has improved the offense immensely. It has now become a legitimate threat. They're scoring more points. They're converting more on third down. Now we give Daboll credit? He had a quarterback in Daniel Jones, apparently couldn't do anything with him. Now he's able to do it with Dart. So instead of giving Dart the credit and saying, you know what, I think this kid can flat out play, and I think this kid could handle a regime change, it's, oh, we can't move it because Daboll's the reason why he's performing so well. Well, then how come Daniel Jones didn't perform well?
That's the part I found ridiculous about this conversation all week. I mean, the fact of the matter is, we know that Jackson Dart is a player. I mean, Allen used it within the terms within this offense. Is this his offense? Or is this him shaping an offense around what he already know works for Jackson Dart? Like, I don't know if this is the mind of Brian Daboll doing great things as much as tailoring a plan that works, and a pretty simple plan at this point, that works for the kid. The kid has shown you that he's got something done. I'm not convinced that he has anything to do with it.
And now you bring up something very important, Peter, is that, listen, Daniel Jones wasn't overly impressive in 22, but he was effective. He was responsible for, 22 touchdowns, 15 in the air and 7 on the ground. So that's not awful, and they won a playoff game. And then defenses go to work on him, start to figure out the weaknesses, the tendencies, and then doesn't do anything. So eventually there's going to be a book on Jackson Dart. Eventually he's not going to be surprising anybody. So what's going to happen? We're going to bring Daboll back because Dart performed so well, and then everybody goes to work on him, and then does it go the same way it went with Daniel Jones, where now that there's a book on him and we kind of crack the code, it takes the creativity of the head coach, or in this case the offensive guru, to then readjust and make it better, and instead it ended up going the same way that Daniel Jones went. I mean, we've seen this act before, guys. Effective quarterback being completely ineffective in 23-24. Now, I think Jackson Dart potentially can be better, but I don't know that. And how do we know that bringing Daboll back isn't just going to go the exact same way it went with Daniel Jones in years 2 and 3, once defenses kind of figure him out? So I understand giving credit to the head coach and the coach in this case, but guys, I don't want to sound like a broken record. It can't be the end-all, be-all of bringing Daboll back. It just can't.
No. And also, what to watch on Sunday in Chicago is a defense that has to stop a run, and they can't stop the run. All right, this is a defense that has had many issues this season, many issues last season, and Brian Daboll's fingerprints are all over that too, even though he's an offensive guy. Who's the one that couldn't get along with Wink Martindale and sent him on his way? And then brought in Shane Bowen, and the defense, the Giant defense, the year they made the playoffs, was the reason why they made the playoffs. That defense was really good.
Yeah.
The second year, when they didn't play, when they were 2-7 to start, Wink was pissed. Why? Because his defense was carrying their weight, and they were frustrated with the offense and how god-awful it was. Like I told you, it averaged 15.6 points a game. What defense is going to win when your offense is providing you 15.6 points a game?
Not going to work.
So you can understand the frustration, but the head coach is supposed to be a CEO. We've talked about this. How important it is to also have the ability to be a leader of men and to understand how to delegate and understand also how to handle two sides of the football and make sure that they're all in. I got to put out this far, I got to put out this far. He was so focused on the offense. He let Wink do what he wanted defensively because, again, Martindale's he's a veteran. Like, he knows what he's doing. Experienced defensive coordinator. But when they started having animosity and frustration, that's where the emotion came in. And that's all the stuff to me that is going to take him down in the end. And if you're John Mara, that's the stuff you have to look at. You can't look at, wait a minute, we can't do this. They just found their quarterback, and you don't want to mess with this kid because look at the team you're playing. They drafted Caleb Williams. Then they brought in Ben Johnson in year 2. And Caleb Williams has looked a lot better. The offense has looked real. Like, you can do it early in the player's career. There's no reason to say you can't.
If he's the quarterback of the future, it's not ideal to change regimes. It's not. I'm not going to tell you that.
No, of course not. Stability is most important.
But it doesn't automatically mean that it's going to lead to failure for the quarterback. Or tell me that the chances are it's going to be as big a failure as keeping Daboll and then hoping it's all of a sudden going to work on a consistent basis. Guys, it's about winning games, and you're not winning. Jackson Dart has impressed everyone around the National Football League. They are flat out impressed with the way that he's handled himself, the way that he has played, and they're not winning games, okay? They've won 2 games. They beat the Chargers, and I give them credit for beating the Chargers, but let's face it, the Chargers aren't the Chiefs. They're not the Bills. They're not the Lions. They're not the Eagles. All right, then they beat the Eagles. But were the Eagles when they beat them? And okay, you had Denver on the ropes. Denver's proven to you last night, I don't know how great they are. But they were good enough to score 36 points in the fourth quarter against your team.
It didn't age great, Don.
And I don't know, have they scored 36 points combined since that fourth quarter, since that game? And your response to having the worst regular season loss in franchise history was to get completely throttled by the Eagles and completely embarrassed last week by San Francisco, in which they just ran the ball down your throat. And even though I never played, and even though there are players that say I'm dead wrong, it looked like that defense quit. And you have your defensive coordinator because of your head coach, who said on Hard Knocks, if you remember, get him. They've got the best run defense in Tennessee. Whatever he said, he had some sort of a quote. He threw some stat out about how well they do against the run. So now we got to hire him. So you run Wink Martindale out the door. He's your hand-picked defensive coordinator, and he stinks.
Yeah, like bad.
So, guys, honestly, I don't even know why we're having this conversation. They just both have to go. You got to blow it up.
Right.
I'm sorry. You're just going to have – and Shane's got to go too.
Well,
and
I don't know about
Shane.
that. I don't know about that.
Well, because
I'm
you know
with you
why?
on Daboll at this point.
No, but listen. All right, so Daboll, but the kicking situation is an absolute joke. Gano's not going to go this week. Yeah. They can't find a damn kicker. Come on, man. You gave Slayton a contract extension. He's done. He's cooked. All right. You take a look at this defense, all right, and you could say, all right, well, Shane Bowen. But, I'm sorry. Going out and drafting talent, we saw that with the Jets. The Jets have let go of Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas drafted talent. He made a great trade. You know where he screwed up? He couldn't get a quarterback. And they didn't win games, and you're out. Going out and drafting talented players is half the battle. Getting the right players in the right situation, adding depth, and then having those guys go out there and win for you is the ultimate objective. I'm sorry, we're not handing awards out to who goes to the most Pro Bowls, who has the most talent. We hand awards out at the end of the year for the team that wins the most games and the team that wins the Super Bowl. So give me an average team that wins over a team that's got studs all over the place and can't win. So doesn't the general manager take a hit for that too? You're bringing in the right people, but I'm with you. If I had to let one go, it would probably be Daboll over Shane.
Oh, has to be. To me, that's not even close.
But why are we even trying at this point? Why? You had 4 years. You had one playoff
No, you might as well. I hear you, Don. If you're going to blow one out, blow it all out, right?
Let's let it go. Let's stop playing reindeer games here. You're the New York Giants. You got money. It's still a respected franchise, even though you puked all over yourself over the last decade. You're still the New York Giants. You've got a quarterback that I think everybody's going to want to coach. Go out there and flex and bring in a new general manager to head coach and get it right. Let's do it. And the idea of, well, we just can't keep making changes. Well, you keep making changes until you get the damn thing right.
Well, that's the reason why I didn't make changes last year, because he got caught up in the documentary
but
on his
zero confidence and didn't extend them.
Yep.
And said, go out there and win me games and save your job. Well, guess what? One. Third consecutive year, losing 7 of your first 9 games.
Well, I'm telling you, I think I stumbled onto this 2 days ago, guys. Your New York football cheat sheet is you root for the Giants to lose and the Jets to win. There's no purpose in the Jets really losing out. That's not a big win for the Jets.
The funny thing is that even if you root for the Jets to win, I don't think they're going to win.
Well, no, they probably won't, Alan.
I don't think
it doesn't matter.
Like, it doesn't matter.
You can't affect the outcome, but I think you would like to see Aaron Glenn accomplish something with this group, whereas if I'm a Giants fan, I don't want to see Daboll accomplish anything with anyone. I've seen enough.
I agree with you, Peter, and you know how I feel about tanking and losing games and all that stuff. I just think it's bad for the culture. It eats away. It erodes. And ultimately is bad. But you're right in the sense that if you want this to be blown up, the only way to get the blow up is if they lose out.
They got to
You stumble into a few wins here, it might convince John to keep it and run it back, and God forbid, extend them.
Oh.
Now, if you look at the history of the Giants, and I'm reading Jordan Ronon's book, and it's tremendous about the history of the Giants, and we've had him on about it, and I'm just finishing it up. We're reminded that even after winning a Super Bowl, Tom Coughlin was only given a 1-year contract extension going in to 2011 season because they weren't sure they were going to bring him back, so they extended him by a year. So they could do that. They could say, all right, we're going to give Shane and Daboll another year so they're not 100% lame duck. But doesn't everybody look at that as a lame duck? Good job there, Alan.
Give him Jordan a little love.
Give Jordan his love.
This is really good.
It is very well written.
I'm into it as well.
So they could do that. But here's the other thing, and we had Damian Woody on, we've had Booger McFarland on this week, and they both had the same answer. There's still 9 weeks left in the season. Let's see what those 9 weeks look like. So as a Giant fan, all right, go 0-9 the rest of the way. Finish with 2 wins, they'll blow it up. But if you do find a way to win, well, then maybe I was wrong. Maybe Daboll deserves to come back, and Dart won you some games. I mean, there's still value in winning, though, isn't there? I mean, if this team goes out and wins 7 of their last 9 games, now that's not going to happen. Well, then I think everything's hunky dory, right? Like you got your quarterback, your coach got off the mat, you replace the defensive coordinator, and you move on. But how realistic is something like that?
It's not when you consider how many injured players they have on the offensive side and just how bad the defense has been. It's as simple as that. The only thing I am watching for the Giants now is how Dart handles this. Like, this is for him. I am curious to see, like, 2-3 years from now, where he's talking about the dark days, my rookie season, man, we couldn't win a damn game, and the frustration he was dealing with. Because, like I said, when you see him at the podium, now we were kind of, we held him accountable for doing the cartoon character stuff post game, where he shows up at like his walk-in outfit, which has, it's he's trying to be cool, I guess. It doesn't look good at a podium when you lose. And we were taking him to task about that. Like, you don't need the glasses and all that stuff when you're talking about losing. But what doesn't change is what he wears on his face, which is the expression of frustration. And so these are things that the more this team loses, remember, there's still freaking, 9 games left? Or 8 games.
8 games left.
9 weeks.
If they don't win another game, or if they win 1 game, and he has to go through 7 more losses, it's going to wear on him, man. You could see that he definitely carries these losses, and it frustrates the hell out of him.
See, that's why it's too easy. It's such a lazy analysis to just say I'm rooting for the Giants to lose, because you bring up an excellent point. If Dart goes out there and continues to play well and just loses every game, you're just gonna shake this kid. You just be like, it's not good. It's not good to wear it every single Sunday, to sit there, prepare, ball out, work your tail off just to see the team lose.
Yeah,
you got to see some wins here, guys. I mean, honestly, make the decision beyond the wins and the losses. That's why I always said to you, how many wins does Daboll and Shane have to come back? It was going to be hard anyway with how difficult the schedule is. What does it look like? It's not just the fact they're 2-7. Look how it's looked. Non-competitive against the 49ers, having one of the worst losses in the history of any regular season game by any team in Denver. Humiliated, blowing leads and having winnable games slip through your fingers. It has not looked good. So whatever the record is, it has not looked good. But you're not going to make a change now. Let's see how it rides out. I guess the final analysis is, guys, I can't kill a caller to say I want the Giants to lose out. I can't kill that opinion, because there is value to that. But at the same time, I always see value in winning. And for the Jets, Peter, especially. Because you want to prove you've got a coach. They're trying to change the culture. They're trying to make this organization attractive for a veteran quarterback to come here, and winning games down the stretch is going to do that. If you've got any hope of Joe Burrow agreeing to a deal to New York,
or anybody,
it's going to have to be for a team that is winning games, that looks like it's got a bright future, and looks like it's got a good general manager and a head coach. And that is not going to look good if the Jets finish 2-15, no matter what stupid draft pick you're able to get out of that 2-15.
And remember, they could win out, they could lose out. They're bringing back Muji and Aaron Glenn next year.
Right.
So you might as well win out. Do the best you can.
Yeah, well, again, it's. I don't know if they have enough on the field to do that.
They probably don't.
Well, no,
but you want to see what you want to see, though, is that what has been a morgue, right? A locker room that's been a morgue this whole week. That by the end of the year, like we always said, that first year with the biting off kneecaps and everything with Dan Campbell, that first year started out just god-awful. Like, it was painfully bad, and he was mocked. But towards the end of the year, there was this sense of, okay, like we know what they're trying to establish. Then the next year, they got off to a slow start. But by the end of that second season, everybody knew something's different in Detroit. Like, no one was laughing anymore. Aaron Glenn's got to get there sooner rather than later.
Right.
To where nobody's laughing anymore. Nobody's saying same old Jets anymore. They aren't the butt of the jokes anymore. that has to start to show. You need tangible evidence that there is real leadership with the organization and that you can start to feel like, okay, you could see it start to shift than from what it looked like in the first couple of weeks. I just don't know if they have enough talent that they're going to put on the field to do that.
It's two things. Are they going to win? Most likely not. But from a rooting interest standpoint, if you're a Jet fan,
yeah, you want
it to look as good as it can. And if you lose because you stripped it down, well, then that's the reason. Not because your coach doesn't know how to handle timeouts. Your coach doesn't know what he's doing. The players quitting. Those are all things that are going to reflect poorly on the organization and make it almost impossible to rebuild the way you want to. Mm-hmm. So go out. It's actually an envious position to be in because it's like there's really no pressure. Like you're not going to sit there stressing whether they win or lose if you're a Jet fan because you know the score. But to just sit back and just, hey, have fun with it like you did in Cincinnati. And then you followed up. Peter brought up a great point. You had a great bye week with the trades, coming off a thrilling fourth quarter win against Cincinnati. Go out there and win a home game against Cleveland, which is certainly doable. Hey, that's a hell of a 3 weeks for them. It's probably the best 3 weeks they've had in a calendar year.
A win, a big trade deadline,
right,
and then another win.
And then,
like
just
wins.
Try to play the role of spoiler, right? Go out there and see if you can stop this train that called the New England Patriots. See if you can mess with the Buffalo Bills. And just make it look like, hey, you're the fun organization with the bright future, with the hot young coach and offensive coordinator looking for a quarterback. You're out on the town. You're the pretty girl with a brand new dress. Let's go out. Let's go dancing and see what happens.
Well, I don't know if the Jets are a pretty good.
No, listen. There's a lot. Listen.
It's relative.
It's all in the lighting, right? I mean, you got to hope it's a dark club.
Well, listen. How about this? How about this? If you're going to dress up and you want to go out, how about you come to MSG?
I like it.
With Bud Light and ESPN New York. You just go tap on the Bud Light tile in the ESPN New York app.
Yeah,
smash it, and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets in the suite with me. We're going to hang out. You can register through November 7th.
And you're a good hang, Peter.
Oh, come on. Of course I am. Listen and enter through the Bud Light tile to score your shot at the Ultimate Fight Night. Bud Light, the official beer of UFC. So make your move now on the ESPN New York app. 21 and over, no purchase necessary, void or prohibited. Rules on the ESPN New York app. Please enjoy Bud Light responsibly. How perfect is it, by the way, guys, that I'm in the studio on a Friday, and today's the day couldn't find a parking spot. Why on a Friday?
On a Friday when everybody else is working from home. It's an odd. It's been a strange week for sure. But we're going to fight through it with a really fun Friday show.
Damn right we are. Big Fraud Friday.
We're going to have, I just know because we talked about it in the meeting, a fantastic Fraud Alert Friday coming up at 4:30. It is going to be special.
It might change a lot of things at the station.
If you're a diehard listener and caller to the show, you're going to definitely want to listen at 4:30.
God, yes.
If you're somebody that might have, I don't know, maybe placed a call recently, you're going to want to listen to Fraud Alert Friday coming up at 4:30. Mm-hmm. We've got our picks. I'm already down. I do it again. I think last night, it was the weather and also just it's
and it was Bo Nix who decides he's not going to step into throws anymore.
Nah,
Did you see he had a touchdown and he threw it into the ground? Threw a lawn dart.
That was a mess.
Not great.
And by the way,
how about this too? They booed him off the field. They won the game. They got booed off the field. And then he was asked about it. He's like, I've been booed before. I'll be booed again. Damn. We booed again? Denver's that ain't the plan.
Denver's Fugazi.
I loved Anthony's take. Worst 8-2 team ever. I mean, it's just not good.
Well, listen, it's nice problems to have. I wish I was the worst 8-2
Yeah, me
team
too.
ever.
I'd take it.
Instead of the best 2-7 team. I'd rather be the best 8-2 team.
That's New York football, baby.
So 5:45 we'll have our picks. We've got a tremendous ENN. We're off early today on a rare for a Friday, but off at 6:30 because we've got Rangers tonight. So we've got so much to get into. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on a Friday here on ESPN New York.
Listen up, football. Ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about. And to remind ourselves that we're not alone. As seasons change and days grow darker sooner, it can be a tough time for many. This November, BetterHelp's encouraging everyone to reach out, check in on friends, reconnect with loved ones, and remind the people in your life that you're there. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. Short questionnaire helps you identify your needs and preferences, and our 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means we typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from our tailored recommendations. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon and happy Friday, but not a happy ride. Heading over to the outbound, Georgia, especially tough on the Deegan northbound. Right before the Cross Bronx, a crash in the center lane. Traffic is backed up across the Triborough and up onto the Bruckner. Cross Bronx westbound, just crawling from the Bruckner on through. Inbound, Georgia, about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound, Lincoln, your best ride at 15 to 20. Outbound, Hahn, already 30 to 40. Jammed on the inbound Gowanus in Brooklyn. It's a crash in the left lane by the Belt Merge. Traffic is stopped there from the Verrazano. Just a bumper-to-bumper ride on the LIE eastbound, heading over to Jericho Turnpike in Nassau County from the BQE in Queens. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Looking for the best internet deal? It's just a fast phone call away. Only Optimum Fiber Internet delivers the fastest and most reliable fiber internet starting at just $25 a month. That's right, lightning fast fiber internet at a price that won't slow you down. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM today to lock in your offer in just a few minutes and see how you can also get the Disney Plus Hulu bundle and an unlimited mobile line on us. Don't take slow for an answer. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Terms apply.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
Score a win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule. Whether you're running from work or home or straight to the tailgate, Amazon Pickup makes it easy and worry-free at no extra cost. Don't miss kickoff. Grab your gear and your packages when it works for you. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom designs that let everyone know who you're rooting for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing stacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time...
There Tully time!
It's Tully time.
Wow, that caught somebody by surprise.
Right? I tried to scream it, but the mic was off.
The long one's coming later.
Sorry?
Wow.
No, it's
All
true.
right.
It's true.
Listen, I appreciate the warning.
There you go. The Rangers visit the Red Wings, with coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. The Islanders host the Wild at 7. The NBA Cup group play, the Nets face the Pistons in Brooklyn. Now, the Nets are coming off their first win of the year. And that's at 7:30. NYCFC will take on Charlotte in a decisive Game 3 in the MLS playoffs. So that's not nothing. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Don, what happened?
What happened where?
What happened where?
Your look. The camera angle changed.
Yeah,
we had an angle.
He's way back. He's showing off the Ramapo. You see, I had to go change. I had to get my LIU gear on. Because you're going all Ramapo.
I went Ramapo. Listen, I'm
Real
proud.
aggressive.
I'm the first college graduate of my family, and even though Michael would make fun of Ramapo basically being
college UJs,
a riff truck, I'm proud of being an alum of Ramapo. I'm proud to be a Roadrunner. So he can do whatever he wants. But I was using my phone as the camera, and I'm getting texts, and there's things I need with the phone. So I'm going to try the iPad today, and I think it's a nice look. No,
it's not. The last one was it. This is much worse.
We do a very fun thing on the show where we like to change camera angles and shots in the middle of breaks
what's the
to
matter
see if I actually will end up going overboard at some point.
Give me the one shot.
I think I fixed it, Peter.
Okay,
I think I've
go
adjusted it.
single.
You can't see it yet because
it's.
All right, he thinks he fixed it though. I haven't seen it yet. I'm behind.
But Peter, does he have any bears in the cave? Because this is the time to check.
All right, this is better. This will work. Anthony made it work.
Okay.
But I specifically commented, Allen is the best he's ever looked not in the studio. Especially coming off of his couple days at the Garden this week, where it looked like he was appearing from like a Mickey Mouse flip book in 1977. It was like blurred and horrible. I don't know what's going on over there.
Was it really that bad?
Oh, it was bad. But now
there's a good angle for Peter.
Now
That's
you're
it.
crispy.
He's Wilson.
Crispy. Everyone looks good now, Don. This will work. We're a little bit up your nose, but not too bad.
Don, we got to invest in like just in a camera, an iMac, something. Just something that just sets on the table there, and when you do this, you just sit down, turn it on, and you're ready to go.
All right. Well,
I don't know. Anthony just readjusted me. We're getting all set. We're getting us all even. Oh, no, there we go again. There's a lot of things happening here, but at some point, you're going to see all of us on YouTube. This is why you have to watch us on YouTube. You don't know what you're going to get.
I like this. I think it's fine.
Do you want to talk to some people?
We're here to do? Oh no, we're here to
let's
be fine.
Yeah,
because 1, 2, 3, let's
put
be
him
good.
Put him in.
All right, 1, 2, 3, let's be good. 1, 2, 3, let's look fine.
Let's just be fine.
We want to sound good, look fine.
That's all. That's all we're aiming for here.
You want to talk to the people about some Giants, Don?
Yeah, come on,
please.
For God's sake, let's get started here with Big Ted in the truck. What's up, Ted?
Hey guys, how you doing today?
What's up, Ted?
In the beginning of the show, you guys were talking about how Daboll shouldn't be attached to Dart and how Daniel Jones didn't have much success. And I couldn't disagree with you more. Not for nothing, the only reason why we even had Dart is because Daboll loved him and made the Giants pick him. So now when, and when he has success, you're going to get rid of him? I think that's insane.
But there's more to it than just – I'll give him that he's done a great job with Dart. Is that enough to be a head coach in the NFL?
Yes, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because, they're having offensive success still, even with Neighbors and Scatterblue out, their main options. This guy's got no one to throw to. And let me go back to Daniel Jones' era. You guys said that the playoff season was on the back of Saquon Barkley. That couldn't be more untrue. Okay?
I didn't say that.
Daniel Jones won about 8 games.
No,
let me finish.
It was on the back of the defense.
No, I know.
No, when you're saying something that isn't accurate, we're going to correct it right in the middle of it. Nobody said it was on the back of Saquon Barkley. What I said was the defense.
That was your exact word.
I said that.
Don said that. Right. But I said it was the defense that carried the season because they averaged 20. What did they average? 21 points a game.
Okay,
so
and
you can't act like the offense was great. It was 21 points a game.
What happened against the Vikings when they won? Daniel Jones was awesome. And let
Okay.
me just take you back. The next year, the guy tears his ACL, comes back the next season in like 7 months. And everybody just glosses over that. The guy, like, what, you know, you got to let somebody, like, get into their knee a little bit after having total reconstruction. You know, Saquon, everyone gave him all the patience in the world after his knee surgery. No one gave Daniel Jones any patience. And we ran him out of
When did we
town.
criticize Daniel Jones? When did we? Yeah, that's enough of that. When did we criticize Daniel Jones now?
No, wait.
I'm very confused.
But there's a lot of convenient truths there, okay? Number one, the playoff season. He threw 15 touchdown passes. He ran for 7. Okay? He was not great. He wasn't awful. And I had mentioned Saquon Barkley because he had the weapon in Saquon Barkley. They made that work for them. Didn't have a lot of weapons, and I was a Daniel Jones guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Now, the caller is saying, well, then Daniel Jones got hurt. All right, fine. But they weren't all in on him. They gave him a 4-year contract with an out after 2, and they were quick to get out of that contract because they didn't believe they had a quarterback. You thought they had a quarterback, but the regime didn't because they were quick to let him go. They didn't give him a guaranteed 4 years. They gave him an out for 2 years, and they decided to cut him loose. And now he goes to Indianapolis, and he's having success. So you want to say that Daniel Jones was great. Or maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But the regime you're defending didn't think so because they let him go. All right? The offense is performing well, and I will give Daboll credit. But the one thing I will disagree with the caller is that that's the end-all, be-all. Because the offense is performing well, and they're still losing games. And you know what? They would have still lost the game against the 49ers if Neighbors played because the defense flat out quit. And the reason you've got a horse's you-know-what as the defensive coordinator is because of Brian Daboll. All right? And he's the one that decided it's a good idea to throw so the kid makes an interception against Denver that eventually cost you the game. You can't attach it all to just how the quarterback plays. There's other things that are important to win a football game besides your quarterback. Yes, he is very, very, very important. But he's playing well, and they're still losing games because the defense stinks, the special teams stink, the decisions that are made stink. There's no adjustments at halftime. Don't you see that? But we're gonna ignore all that because the quarterback's playing well. Is it possible he'd be playing well anyway because he's a really good quarterback? Did Josh Allen blink after he lost Brian Daboll? Did he blink? Did he fart? Anything?
I probably did.
No, all he did was just start continuing to throw touchdown passes
and
run for 100 yards and be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. You know why? Because he's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that, it's as simple as that. We're starting to see it. That's the obvious part. But I think what Ted might be missing here, unless he's being a contrarian, which it's Friday. Don't be that guy. Be that guy yesterday when it's that guy Thursday. But there's more to coaching a team than, hey, he got the quarterback. He knew to pick that guy. Great. He had an eye for a quarterback that he wanted. That's great. The problem is the head coach has to be the CEO. The head coach has to be able to handle. There's a reason why, like Peter, you have Cliff Kingsbury. There's a reason why he's with the commies right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's really not head coach material. We learned that in Arizona. The guy is an offensive genius. We know he understands all that stuff. But when you have to put him in charge of a team, put him, leader of men, it's not in his skill set. It's not in his wheelhouse.
Right.
It's whatever it is. That does happen with some guys. And unfortunately, some guys just aren't cut out for the big job, for the big chair, but doesn't make them bad coaches in other areas. And maybe Brian Daboll's really good at coaching offense and understanding quarterback play and understanding how to develop a quarterback. Maybe all that is true. But I see a guy that went into the tent, that he gets emotional, got into a fight with the defensive coordinator who was doing a really good job. I saw a guy that does that. I saw a guy, by the way, that verbally abused Daniel Jones a lot on the sideline. He doesn't do that to this kid.
No,
of course not.
He bear hugs him. And he nearly kisses him on the mouth.
But that's so sometimes we have to understand that to say they need to get a head coach or a new head coach, you can't just say, well, but they found the quarterback. You can't change it up. No, you can, because the rest of the team still needs a better leader, clearly. They're losing these games.
Was it emotion or is it strategic, Alan? The fact that he berated Daniel Jones, was that him being emotional, or was it performative to say, this is the reason we're not winning?
This isn't my guy.
All right? And you lost. So then you bring in Jackson Dart, and you're huggy and kissy with him because he's my guy. He's the guy I want to coach. Guess what? Your record's the exact same. 2-7, 2-7. Doesn't matter. Still lose. I'm sorry. At some point, all of this, am I rooting for the Giants? Do I get a trophy for having a great quarterback? Or do I get a trophy for winning? I'd like to win. I'd like to go to the playoffs. I'd like to build something here. It's all about winning. Why do we want a great quarterback? So we could win. Why do I want a great head coach? So we could win. Why do we want a great defense? So we could win. Why do we want a bunch of Pro Bowlers? So we could win. Mm-hmm. That's why. If we can cut all the other and just win, heck, I'd win with Marco's best friends in second grade. If I could win, fine. I'd have the cheapest roster. I'd make a ton of money. I just want to win. Okay? Yep. Get me wins. None of this seems to get any wins.
No. And that's all we're looking for. And by the way, Don, your quarterback feels the same way. It's killing him to lose. He hates losing.
Yeah.
He's not used to this, doesn't want to get used to it. That's the part where if I'm the owner, that's the stuff I'm looking at. Is this kid hates losing. I don't want him to ever get used to it. I don't want him to get beaten down so much that he's just used to losing, that he resigned to it when it's not that good. Like, I don't want that. So that's why you assess everything as it's going on. And while he didn't want to disrupt, he saw that documentary about his family and the fact that, Wellington was all about, he had to show some patience. And so John was like, you know what, we keep turning over too much. I need to be patient too. So he gave them one more year. That's it. Now, I don't know if I change the whole thing up because I do think the front office in place they deserve more time to continue to build the roster. They took over a team with someone else's roster. They had to make moves that was going to cost them a full year before they then started to get their own guys. But head coach, I question whether or not you have the right guy to lead a franchise that hasn't won consistently in a long time. Yeah. That's what made Tom Coughlin so valuable. The guy came in and he got everything organized, and they would win. And he had to do it with a young quarterback, and he still figured it out.
1-800-919-3776. Bring the Jets into the conversation as well. For On Alert Friday at 4:30. Our picks at 5:45. Rangers hockey at 6:30 on ENN.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
My dad is bringing home the best birthday cake ever.
It was my 5th birthday, and my dad was bringing home the cake.
Should have been here a half hour ago.
The cake never made it, and neither did my dad.
911, what's your emergency?
That was the day a drunk driver killed my dad.
Daddy?
Impaired drivers take lives. Think.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee. Aired in cooperation with the New York State Broadcasters Association.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather. new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends, Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown! Yes! Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S. ethos.com/play.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
All right, let's continue with the phone calls. 1-800-919-3776. Fraud Alert Friday is coming up at 4:30. Picks at 5:45. ENN at 6.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go way out to San Diego and talk to Tim. You're on ESPN
San Diego.
What's up?
Hey, gentlemen. Appreciate you taking the call. I agree. I think it's time to blow it up with the Giants. And why not take a big swing? Sean McVay, 1 year left on his deal. Stafford's getting older. Maybe he wants to come in and take a Jackson Dart. What do you guys think about that? And I don't even know how it works, trading for coaches, but whatever. Just a thought.
Well, I think at this particular stage, if McVay couldn't get a contract extension, then you're just talking about compensation. So you'd probably have to give up a pick or something. I would kick the tires on that guy.
Wouldn't they? I mean, they'll obviously offer him an extension.
Well, if he wanted out, like he's creating a scenario where he's got 1 year left on his contract. If the Giants were to have a vacancy and he wanted out of L.A., then I guess we can have a conversation about that. I don't know why the Rams wouldn't extend.
Because, by the way, what's the point? If you're Sean McVay, why do you and your hot wife want to live in Los Angeles with a team that competes every year when you could come to New York and be a part of the Jets? I'm just saying.
Well, no, he's talking about the Giants, I think.
I mean, the Giants. Sorry, you come to New York and suck with the Giants.
Well, he gave a suggestion. All right, Stafford's on his way out, and there's a good young quarterback in New York I think I can work with, I can win with. I don't know why anybody wants to leave anywhere, but that's what you're you know what, Alan? What you're talking about with the Jets trying to find a quarterback, maybe the Giants will be that way trying to find a head coach. All right? Like the Knicks did. Well, the Knicks tried, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't work out.
Who would it be? Look, again, it's New York. You're the big market. You swing it.
Yeah, you got to try.
Find a coach, like target a coach that you want. I still think you don't do this stuff publicly. I do think you got to do this stuff through agents, and you just try to figure out, is there somebody that's like, I don't love it here. I don't think we have a chance here.
And Anthony reminds us, our fine producer, wasn't that long ago he was flirting with going into broadcasting and retiring from being a head coach.
Right.
Now, was that because
did he get a contract extension after he said that?
He did, and now it's happening again. So listen, no, but he used the threat to get a contract extension. So could there be a threat? Hey, maybe I'm thinking of going. Giants need a head coach, and maybe the Rams blink and give him a contract extension, or they go,
Listen, it's the caller's not wrong to throw the name out. He's a great coach who has 1 year left on a deal. So yeah, absolutely.
I would throw. Let me go around. Like, you tell me somebody that you wouldn't want. Kyle Shanahan.
You'd want him.
Yes.
You're right. All right. So maybe he's there and he's like, you know what? I can't get over the top here. Can't get there. Like you try to find. What about LaFleur in Green Bay? Does he want, I would just look everywhere. Is there somebody that just wants a fresh start? Obviously, the Mike Tomlin stuff in Pittsburgh has always been there. But I don't think the Giants are in a place that you're going to find, and I brought up Clint Kubiak. Now, again, he's a generational, coach as far as, did I say, is that the right word, generational? What do I mean?
If that's what you mean. Right? Oh, no, then forget it.
No,
yes,
that's
you
not
didn't.
what I meant.
You meant second generation.
Yeah, what does that mean? Like, whatever. So it's the fact that he's inexperienced as a head coach, but obviously there's some history, family name. I think the Giants need to stop going on the hamster wheel of the next hot young coach or the next big name coordinator.
Right. Well,
I hate retread, but you know what I mean. You got to bring in somebody that has some experience that can get you back on track.
Well, the Giants
get you organized.
The Jets are the ones that go for inexperience because it's cheaper. That's the feeling, or not just cheap, but also somebody that Woody can have under his thumb. Obviously, the less experience, the more that you're going to have to just listen to what the owner has to say. Jeez. That's why I always think Woody didn't want to bring in a big name, because that's somebody that would ignore Woody and not give Woody the time of day. Because I think Woody wants to be involved. The Giants, their thinking is, up until the Daboll Shane regime, to have ties to the organization. Somebody that they know, somebody that's part of the family, that had coached here before. That's how they got Coughlin, because he was the wide receivers coach on the 90 Super Bowl team. Got to get Gettleman because Gettleman was a scout here. And then they finally broke through it by going to Buffalo and bringing in Shane and Daboll. That's their thing. They got to get over that. There's got to be some sort of connection to the family, and bring in somebody that's got some experience, somebody that's won before. Unfortunately, all those guys are either cooked or under contract, right? I mean, I don't think they're going to go the Holmgren route. They're not going to go to get Bill Cowher out of television.
No,
Bill Parcells is too old, unfortunately. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bill Belichick, I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
So those are the guys that I use it pejoratively, but that are done, cooked, and everybody else is under contract. Unless you want to go halfway with a Mike McCarthy. Is that somebody that, hey, he did win a Super Bowl, but he's probably not going to get you there again. But he'll clean up the mess.
How'd it go in Dallas?
Well, it went as far as like Jerry Jones lets it go, right? Like I don't think he's going to win you a championship anymore, but he's definitely going to clean up the mess, right? He'll what's the place that comes in after you flood the basement, and they come in.
The place that comes in when you flood the basement.
Serve Pro.
Yeah, he'll serve Pro the place. He'll serve Pro it. He'll clean it up. He'll make it presentable again. You can move back in.
Yeah.
He's not going to turn water into wine, but he won't embarrass you. But is that something you want to do? I mean, again, the options, it's very similar, guys. Jets trying to find a quarterback, Giants trying to find a head coach. The difference is you can't draft a head coach.
Yeah, but you can pay whatever you want for
him. You don't have to worry about the cap, right?
Yeah, you get the best.
Like, pay him whatever you want.
You got to get the best, but you got to get the best fit.
What else we have, Peter? I think there is a Mike McCarthy suggestion on the line.
Let's see.
Ryan.
Here we go. It's Ryan. Yeah. Hey, Ryan.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good,
buddy.
All good.
Yes, my first time ever being on with you guys.
Oh.
But yeah, man, shouts out to the last caller too, because that was a really good idea with the McVay. But yeah, I was thinking about Mike McCarthy. Everybody always gives me crap about saying Mike McCarthy, but I don't know. The guy just wins. He went 12-5, 3 straight years with the Colts. With Dallas. And the reason why they lost those playoff games was Dak, not the coach. And he reminds me of Tom Coughlin. He's someone that we need. He had the Super Bowl. He wins games. And I feel like he'll bring a lot of accountability to this team, something that we need. Because I'm really tired of seeing players after the games, it's okay, it's not that big of a deal. No, it's not okay. It's not okay to lose. We need players like Dart. That's why I love Dart, and that's why he's our captain already as a rookie, because it hurts him to lose. It has to hurt when you lose. Yeah. And I feel like players we don't have accountability, and I feel like Mark McCarthy will do that. So I think he should be the coach.
Yeah, I think
it'll be considered.
Point. Well,
you know what, Donnie? I think he definitely would be in consideration. I think he'd want the job first and foremost, right? But the only issues, of course, and it's the first thing they'll go to media-wise, is he was always dragged about his late game time clock management and all the other stuff. Like, he gets dragged for that. And in Dallas, there were a couple of instances where it really showed up in the worst of times, including, I believe, a playoff game, right, when the clock just ran out on him. So those are things that are always going to be of concern. But you want to get yourself organized, you want to get yourself right, you got to bring in an experienced coach.
You know what's so interesting when we talk about retreads? And it's such a terrible way to say it. We can find the holes. Like, we found all the holes of Mike McCarthy. Just the one Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers and playoff failings and the clock running out and all that. But yeah, we're fine to hire somebody with zero experience because we can't find the holes because we don't know any holes. But we also don't know any good either, right? So we're okay with the unknown. But the more we know, we'll find some holes and we'll talk ourselves out of it. I wonder ultimately, is that why we go with the inexperienced guy? Because it's a clean slate.
It feels like there's a higher ceiling. If you're a football fan and you hear the name Mike McCarthy, sorry, there's no movement.
Because you already know what it is.
You've just seen it too many times.
Getting. Right.
But if it's a name you never heard of, you go, ooh, maybe we found the next Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping for.
That's all it is.
But all I can say is this: Mike McCarthy, this would be his third time, right? His first time was pretty successful, and then it faded out.
Yeah.
His second time wasn't great and didn't last as long as it should have. And then his third time, Tom Thibodeau's third time was pretty good. His second time, not so great. His first time, very good.
I am sure the success rate is the same for a retread as it is for somebody that's inexperienced. You just got to find the right guy.
Yep.
1-800-919-3776. Bring the Jets into the conversation. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 6:30 on ESPN New York.
Is college even worth it these days? At Empire State University, it actually is. They are SUNY's leading online university. Flexible, affordable, and built for real life. With more than 120 degree programs, you can study what matters most to you. And students agree. They're ranked #1 in student satisfaction among SUNY schools. Whether you are finishing what you started or starting fresh, your goals are within reach. See for yourself. Visit SUNYEmpire.edu before the next term begins.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN. 1 free year of Perplexity Pro and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
.403 in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you till 6:30. Then it's the Rangers and the Red Wings. So we got to fit everything in the next 2.5 hours, including Fraud Alert Friday at the bottom of the hour, so get your questions ready. And Peter's got one for me. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh,
and our picks at 5:45 and an ENN at 6. You know what Friday's ENN includes, Peter?
The NFL announcer lineup to you and
That's
me.
right.
That's a lot of fun.
But I'm most excited about Fraud Alert Friday today because this is going to divide. This could divide the show. It has to do with an audience member who's well known by our listeners.
Yeah.
And it has to do with real things that have happened, taken place.
Real life stuff.
Very curious about this.
Yeah, over the last day or so that just need to be addressed.
I'm also, if I could just, for the YouTube audience, I'm pissed off right now because my signal just keeps, for whatever reason. Now, it could be the wind today. I don't know what it is, but I'm going for I'm going from clear video. On my end, I see the return. And then it just starts to pixelate. So I apologize for the lack of quality in today's video.
Yeah, but
mostly you're great, though.
Yeah, and also you pixelated is better than the average looking person.
Well, that's very sweet.
It's eye candy for our audience.
Wow.
Yeah,
What's up, Boo?
Even in pixelation.
Right.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. But look, I'm not here to be good. We're here to
Fine.
be great.
Yeah.
And see, it's happening again.
You suck, Busick.
I'm about. You know me with this technology. Ask Anthony and Jake how I sound when things aren't connecting properly. When I'm remote, I'm ready to just start exploding right now, all over this computer.
Wow.
What?
Well, okay.
Why does he do that, Don?
You know what? It's
because that's going to be at least an 8 seed. I'm thinking.
But this is. You know what this is the this is the equivalent of
what?
This is. Drops the steroid era. That's the way it is.
No, it's that's what he is. It's actually almost something sad about it.
It is. You're trying too
he
hard.
He tries
bro.
too hard.
You're
can't force it.
these things.
What am I doing?
You're
you knew
saying
what you're
things
doing
intentionally
to be a drop.
To be a drop.
What was the drop?
Come on, stop.
Okay.
There's
I
no
can't
world.
Even repeat it.
You have to understand. I am so mad.
Well, don't be mad. It's not your fault.
At all what's happening in front of me here between I have this thing set up. It's perfect.
Alan, I'm watching on YouTube.
Because of a
99%
signal,
great. You're fine.
It looks like I'm on an iPhone 1.
I'm looking at you right now. You look better than you've looked all week. I'm telling you.
The return looks terrible. I don't see YouTube.
I'm telling you, I'm watching on the tube of the U.
All right, then maybe it's on my end. See? It's my end.
You know? Maybe you should show some
What was that?
dedication.
Didn't Don have a time when you grabbed the monitor? You go, I'm gonna rip this thing right. That's what I feel like right now.
No, that's not what's happening though. I'm telling you, I'm watching right now.
Okay.
No,
you look great.
It freezes up every once in a while, but again,
well, I don't
gorgeous.
want that. I don't want that. We have to be better.
You can't control technology.
Can't do it. Can't even say it.
All right.
Now
I'm back.
I want to bring the Jets into the conversation too.
Why?
1-800-919-3776 because we get these conversations every year in the NFL, especially after the deadline when it looks like a team, is not as committed to winning as they were before the trade deadline, and that's the way it appears to be with the Jets as they trade two of their best defensive players. So you hear Jet fans going, well, let's just lose out. I give up, quit, lose out, get the better draft picks, make these, at least make one of our first-round picks be worth more. And I completely disagree with that. I think it's more imperative than ever to try to win if you're the Jets for two reasons. The biggest reason is you want to know that you have a coach. And the jury certainly is out. That's the best you could say about Aaron Glenn. The worst you could say is he's a bum and he stinks. But there's 9 games left, right? Because they already had their bye, right? So they're 7-2. So go out there, or 2-7, or 1-7, excuse me. Go out there, win games, and see that you actually have a coach. And also to try to make this team attractive and functioning if you are going to go the veteran quarterback route.
Yeah.
If you're gonna complete that Hail Mary to get Joe Burrow, you want Joe Burrow to know, hey, they got a coach over there. They got a quality offensive coordinator. They got players that didn't quit. They're on the upswing. I want to go play for them. Not a team that finishes 1-16 and their coach is halfway out the door and the players all quit and you're starting from scratch and Joe Burrow's going to be like, no, I think I'm good. I think I'm going to stay in Cincinnati.
Right.
So win. And plus, this doesn't look like it's a draft anyway that, A, you're going to go for a quarterback, and B, that it's going to be some generational player that's going to turn everything around. What's going to turn around is most likely the next quarterback that at least right now seems like it might be somebody that you pry away from another organization.
I understand the premise, and I know you're big on winning is important, and you hate tanking, and I respect all of that. But the value of the draft picks is still a value. And the higher the pick is, especially if it's number 1, the better chance you have if you're going to trade it to get yourself a veteran, the more value it's going to have, right?
Yep.
I also don't think there's anybody on the field. They're not going to be putting people on the field that are going to be good enough to win these games. Will they compete? Right. Of course they're going to compete. But, Don, I got to be honest, I don't see it as like a real priority. I don't care what Darren Mucci said. He said it because he has to say it. Because if he turned around and said, well, you're going to see with our lineups that we're going to be looking to just develop some players and, we're going to change our focus or whatever it is, Roger Goodell will be on the phone with him quick. Right away. Like,
no,
you guys can't say you're not trying to win. So you're going to say, nope, hasn't changed. We're still trying to win. No, you're not. You got rid of 2 Pro Bowl players. There's no way you're still trying to win.
Then
you're trying to collect draft picks so that you can have the assets to go get the next set of players that you want to build with, because these are other people's players. That's what it's about.
But you did keep Garrett Wilson. You did keep Breece Hall.
No, you couldn't get what you wanted for Breece Hall.
No, but you have them here, right? So they're going to play. I'm not going to tell you that they kept them because they.
How motivated is
the best record spot? The motivation.
Wait. See, just understand how motivated do you think Breece Hall is? He wanted out. You think you're getting a motivated Breece Hall wants to win for you?
But everybody's going to be watching, and you don't want to be a quitter, right? You don't want to be somebody that at the age of 24 is just going to throw it away. All right, you go out there and you play for each other, you play for the locker next to you, and you go out there and you do your best. If you lose games because the other team's better, well, then that's just the way that it is.
Yep.
Okay, and I think you can live with that if you're a Jet fan. All right, listen, the team that we played is way better than us. We had no chance of winning. We're not going to win. Don't have the reason you lose out because your team quit. Don't have the reason you lose out is because your head coach has his head so far up his butt he doesn't know what down it is. Doesn't know how to utilize timeouts, no clock management, doesn't have a feel for the game, completely lost on the sidelines. Don't have that be the reason. Because then you're a mess. Have the reason be because you're not good enough. But guess what? This Sunday, they're good enough to win.
Well, this is why.
Are they?
Yes, they are. This is why you have
good enough to win this game.
Yes.
Who's the best player on the field?
Myles Garrett.
Yeah, and he can wreck a game by himself.
He can. And by the way, the Jets' offense sucks no matter who they're playing.
Exactly.
But the Cleveland offense sucks too.
You
play
really
the game.
think that and they're going to start Justin Fields. because he's coming off a good performance after his owner said stupid things.
Right.
Right? And so he's going to be out there burping the baby, like Bart likes to say. Myles Garrett might get 5 sacks in this game.
Okay.
Like, honestly, and it's not going to be the offensive line's fault. It's because this is what this guy does.
And if he blows up the game, then he blows up the game. But all I know is the Jets are home. I think
it's going to be raining.
What's the number?
It's going to be a
Anthony?
brutal weather day.
I know it changed. I think Cleveland became the favorite after the deal. I think the Jets were actually favored going in. I think it's like a point and a half, right?
This has got to be a 1.5 or 2.5.
Yeah,
right? It's gotta be.
Cover 5 has it at 2.5.
2.5
for the Browns.
It's a flip of the coin. All I'm saying is lose by a last-second field goal. All right, whatever. Just don't have your coach not knowing what he's doing, or that the team quit be the reason. Be the reason because, you know what, Myles Garrett just didn't let it happen. He willed it to win because he's a great player. You played your heart out and you lost. You got to make it look, Peter. You got to make it look like you want to be attractive.
Listen.
You want to hook up. You want to try to be as attractive as possible to whatever the next quarterback is going to be.
They have their schedule is a very mixed bag.
Yes,
and there's a few games on there that they can win or definitively compete in. That's the Browns game for sure, the Dolphins game, the Jags game, and the Saints game.
Okay.
Those are 4 games where Don, they should win a couple, and they should compete in all of them. You have the Patriots, you have the Ravens with Lamar back, you have the Patriots again, and you're at the Bills, who if they're still fighting for positioning, you're getting crushed by at the end of the year. So those games, the judgment, it'll be a different sort of way of judging this team. I'm with Don completely. You play a team like Cleveland at home, in spite of the fact that you're now down Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner. They didn't get rid of everybody. There's still players on this football field. Breece Hall's still going to suit up, coming off a great game 2 weeks ago. You have to be able to at least try to compete with Cleveland. This is not a superb football team. Now, granted, Cleveland beat the hell out of the Dolphins, something the Jets were incapable of doing. And they've played close with some good teams. They beat the Packers earlier in the year.
Dude, they're top 10 in sacks. They have a defense that's not horrible.
No, they have a good
They have
very good defense.
Their offense is just as bad as yours. So, like I said, first of all, God bless Jet fans who are going to this game. God bless all of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm not telling you.
Now the reason why you go is because they're doing a pregame ceremony about Nick Mangold. They're going to honor him, and that is a reason to go if you're a Jets fan. And then once they flip the coin, you are welcome to leave.
No,
and nobody should hold anything against it. It's going to be a rainy, miserable day, and it's going to be 2 awful offenses going head to head.
My overall point is, as great as it would be draft pick wise to lose out, I think more damage would be done to the future of this organization by losing out.
I totally understand. Totally understand.
Now, am I telling you to be interested? Am I telling you to be excited? Am I telling you to go scalp tickets to the game? No, I'm not telling you.
Don, I think we said this in the meeting. I don't think I said it on the air. Like I'm leaning forward in my chair now. After I told you I was checked out on this team, I'm leaning forward in my chair, but I'm not leaning forward in my chair because I want to see them win. What I'm leaning forward in my chair about is like, okay, what do they do now that they have these assets? They have this stuff. They have $117 million in cap space that they were able to open up, and the draft assets that they have. So, okay, it's a new group. Let's see what they're about. Does Aaron Glenn, with the Bill Parcells as the godfather, does he have that kind of draw? Does he have those kind of connections in the league where there's some players that are like, I want to go play for him? Does he have that? I want to see, is he a magnet for a couple of defensive players that want to upgrade the defense? Is he going to be a magnet for a veteran quarterback that wants to be part of it? That's what does Darren Muji in the 3 years he spent as an assistant GM under George Payton, does he have the ability to make? Now he showed you already he knows how to make a deal, all right, and make a move. The Godfather deal he got with the Colts, you got to do it. It's 2 firsts. Are you kidding me? You do it. So does he have it in him to make some moves that you go, oh, they got that dude? Oh, they got him? Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's what I'm leaning forward about, but I can't. Winning and losing doesn't matter nearly as much. I know what you're saying, what it looks like, but I don't know if winning 2 games before the end of the season is going to make anyone say, well, I wasn't going to go there at 1-8, but I'll tell you what, they won those last 2 or 6 games, and boy, that made me change my mind about them. I can't imagine anybody's doing that, though.
But when I'm
They
talking
had
about
fans
the
with bags over their heads at the games,
No,
but I'm going to go
I
there.
get it, but if you sit there and you're hoping that they play well, that is what I'm saying, and then you're probably not. You're not going to win every game. But Peter just said there's 4 winnable games on there. All right, so if they go 4-5 down the stretch after the trade, and the coach looks good, and the vibe, because all these players talk, the agents talk. Hey, listen, Aaron Glenn really had that team engaged. They really worked hard. I know they only won 3-4 games down the stretch, but boy, there's something going on there. Or do you want the vibe around the league to be, God, Glenn doesn't know what the hell he's doing over there. Everybody quit. Everybody can't wait to get the hell out of there. They'd be like, don't the Jets are toxic. I don't want to touch that. So you want to root for it to not be toxic.
Remember what he went through in Detroit. They were 0-10-1, and then they won 3 of the last 6 games. They were 3-3 to finish that season, and then the next year they got to 9 wins. Like it started to show. It started to look right. It started to turn, and I know that's what you're looking for. I completely understand it. Like, I get it. Like, the toxic culture at some point has to be turned. And Glenn, that was the first thing he was talking about when he took the job. That's just all the things that he wanted to change, the toxic culture. But, I just don't know how much that changes what they're going to do in the offseason. I don't know if that does anything, man.
Well, it just
I think you just got to get the best players you can get.
Right.
You've got to show me that you've got some kind of – that you got some yank, that you're a guy that in the league is a bit of a magnet for some players that might say, Aaron Glenn, oh, yeah, I played for him here, or I knew who he was, or I know him. I want to go play for that guy. That's what it's going to take. Yeah. And you have the assets to overpay to get people. Right. You have the cap space to overpay to get people.
Here. They got to – especially the quarterback. A lot of other players don't have a choice.
But by the way, Don, can I add one more thing? And I'm sorry, but I'm rambling. But because it's like you're saying things and they all make sense. But I'm listening. The other thing is, here's the danger. What if they do, as you said, and they win? What do you want to say? Like they win 3 of their last 6, right? They go 3-3, something like that. And Justin Fields is starting to look capable and competent. That's dangerous. That's fool's gold.
Well, why? But why? Because there's no quarterback for him to get next year anyway. I mean, you don't know that they're going to have available.
We really know what he is. Man.
But it doesn't matter.
We know what he is.
But here's the thing, Don. Here's what I would say to that: if Fields plays great, it's not going to deter them from making a play for a great free agent quarterback. But what it could do is give them something to use if they don't find that.
Who's to say the owner doesn't go? Wait, I think we have our quarterback. Because that's what
it's on the table.
Look, that's the great wild card in this whole conversation. So we can always talk about logic and reason, and then we have to add in the wild card of an owner that doesn't bring either one of those things to the table.
Ambassador Johnson?
Listen, I don't think it's a bad thing if Justin Fields comes back in some capacity. He's got another year left on his contract, right? So you don't want to eat dead money, right? That $30 million guaranteed over 2 years. So if he plays okay, who's to say that maybe he doesn't start the year if you end up drafting a quarterback, or he ends up being the bridge quarterback until you're able to make that deal, or he backs up Burrow if you go out and get Burrow. So I don't think he's going to play so well that Woody Johnson's going to completely do a 180 and say he's our future quarterback. But I could still see if he plays decent enough that even with you looking for another quarterback, that you let him finish his contract next year with his team. Matter of fact, I would bet he is on this roster next year in some way, shape, or form. But I don't think that takes away your chances of getting the next quarterback.
That's exactly it. Exactly right.
But
Allen's just a broken man, and I understand. Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah, but he brings up a good point about Woody. Well, you know what you do? You get one of those cat laser things, right? And you put it in the corner of the room and hope that distracts him enough so you can go out and do what you got to do.
No, you send him back to the UK. We need an ambassador.
Ambassador Johnson.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Trump won again. So
Ambassador Johnson?
I guess they just didn't want him back. I guess Trump was even done with him.
He must have been so bad at ambassador that he didn't get it.
I don't know if it was.
He couldn't go get a second run.
But everybody, the
Brits were like,
Trump won.
The Brits were like, whatever you do, don't send that guy.
He's no fun.
I feel bad for the guy that did not want Trump to be to be the president, but figured it'd be worth it if he took Woody. And then he gets Trump and he doesn't take Woody. So like, oh my God. You might even have voted for Trump hoping he'd take Woody. And then He didn't take Woody, so that might have disappointed a few people.
Don't send Woody.
By the way, how bad do you have to be at that job? It's like having tea and crackers. What's going on?
Was it the tea and strumpets, right?
It's just some strumpets.
You're just meeting people. You're glad handing the whole time. It must have been glorious.
Oh, listen,
I'd love. Would you ever love to do it?
No.
Like 3 years, you have to live in a country like that.
You can't be asking this to Don LaGreca.
It's wonderful.
No, you can't be asking this to Don LaGreca.
Oh, come on. That sounds amazing.
Does Don want to schmooze?
That's your job. It's just
Don, Alan,
press
he'd
the
rather
flesh.
shovel manure for 12 hours a day. Are you crazy?
Is that true, Don? You had two options. One, I put you in the stables and you got to just shovel. You got to clean out all of the horse stables, all of them. Or you can live in, foggy London town. And just all you have to do is just be nice to people and shake hands and smile and take pictures and represent the United States
I
accordingly.
would do that, but Peter's right. I don't think I'd enjoy it.
No?
No.
I don't even think Alan would enjoy it. I don't think. Are you that social?
It'd get old quick.
No, but I'd love it.
Now Michael could enjoy it because he likes sniffing money.
Yeah. Oh, the money that.
Is he a big sniffer?
No one's sniffing like that guy.
It's like a money vapor.
Whoopie-doo!
A Griffin might do well at that job.
We have calls, but
No.
And it's one of the most fun things we do this week, and it's going to be even better this week. So, Fraud Alert Friday is coming up next on Hahn Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
There he goes to the 20, 10, 5. That's a Jet touchdown. That's a Jet touchdown.
Jets fans, be there at MetLife Stadium to see the New York Jets take on the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, November 9th at 1 p.m., presented by Verizon. Don't miss your chance to experience the excitement of game day at MetLife Stadium. and cheer on your Jets. Lock in your seats at nyjets.com/tickets and get ready to clear the runway.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Bruckner westbound at a standstill. It's a broken down SUV in the right lane by the Bronx River Parkway. Traffic is stopped there from the Hutch. You stay packed on the westbound side, heading over to the Deegan and the Triborough. Best of it's the outbound George Henry Hudson, and that's a stop and go ride. West Side Highway northbound, your second choice. Delays there from the 79th Street Boat Basin. Inbound Georgia, about 15 to 20 for the upper deck. Lower level in pretty good shape. Outbound Lincoln Gunnerini 20 to 30. Outbound Holland 45 plus. Just a solid ride on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Delays go back across the Verrazano into Brooklyn. You're jammed on the westbound belt from Flatbush Avenue. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Michelle's Moment here for Gainbridge and their Give Back program, Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity. Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity's goal is to empower girls and women through sports and education, providing 32 organizations in 21 states $222 of grant funding during 2025. These grants aim to level the playing field and expand access to sports and education for girls and women across the country. Here's to a future with no limits for women's sports with Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity.
You're standing inside a secret prison. It houses the Nazi high command.
I'm going to put Hermann Goering on trial. Sony Pictures Classics presents Nuremberg, starring Academy Award winner Russell Crowe, Academy Award winner Rami Malek, and Academy Award nominee Michael Shannon.
Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Nichts schuldig.
Order! Order!
Nuremberg, now playing only in theaters. Did you or someone you know participate in fraudulent fan behavior?
I'm a fraud with a capital F.
Is your friend a fraud?
I have been a complete and utter fraud.
Are you a fraud?
What is fraud?
Let's ask Don McGregor.
Screw! Go scratch yourself!
All right, guys. Fraud Alert Friday, baby.
There's the gavel. Look at the gavel. Don holding his hammer.
Fraud alert today. It's a big one. It's brought to you by FanDuel. You know, FanDuel's turning it up, I should say, with NBA Happy Hour. You can bet every Friday from 6 to 7:30 Eastern. And FanDuel's dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. Boost, bonuses, surprises. All right there, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo. It's your weekly pregame NBA Happy Hour. Every Friday, 6 to 7:30, only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Go to FanDuel.com/Peter to grab your reward before the clock expires. 21 and over, physically present in New York, option required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, LEG requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY at 467-369. Now, guys, this is an interesting Fraud Alert Friday. We'll see where it goes, and if we have time to get to the emails. The email address for your questions, DHRESPN@gmail.com. That's DHRESPN@gmail.com. But, guys, I got to come to the judge and bring something up for Fraud Alert Friday, if the judge will be willing to hear me.
Are you going to go first, or can I go first? Because I have something about you to discuss.
Well, what do you think? I'll let you choose,
This should
Alan.
be pretty quick.
All right, go to yours first.
I have Exhibit A to bring to the court, Your Honor.
Oh.
And this is from Lids, and that's Peter Rosenberg wearing a Yankees shirt with, of course, the championship trophy and a Yankees hat. Fraud or no fraud, Don LaGreca?
No, there's no fraud.
Thank you.
And the reason for that is his Oriole thing never really stuck. He's always been a closet Yankee fan since he's been here.
God, I don't know if I agree with that.
And no, because you go to the CC softball.
True.
And, you're hanging out with a lot of the Yankee people. But I get it. It's all business. Baseball's all business for Peter. He's never really had an allegiance of any sort. You can call him a fraud in hockey and a fraud in basketball because of the teams he roots for.
Yeah.
But baseball, he has made no – he's tried to do the whole Oriole thing. It never really stuck.
Yeah.
And
that's their fault.
And he's had a relationship with Lids. That was a strict business decision, no fraud.
Thank you.
I think it's fair. I'm glad you ruled that way because my feeling was if you can make money off it, it ain't fraud.
Now listen.
So God bless you.
Now if Lids had offered me money, and I showed up and you saw the picture and I was wearing a Cowboys outfit, now we're having a different conversation.
That's probably the only time because honestly, Peter, if they asked you to wear Knicks stuff, you would do it.
How about Duke?
Put you full Duke.
Duke would be a problem. Cowboys would be a problem. Giants would be a problem.
Yeah, anything NFC East would be a big
certainly would be a problem.
Yeah, because that's the team you actually do care about.
I think that if it was an NBA campaign and they asked you to wear Knicks stuff, I think you would do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't care that
because you've been teetering.
I'm on the line.
And if it were a hockey thing and you had to wear, Rangers, Devils, or Islanders, I think you would do it.
Yeah. I think
Capitals
you're right.
you would do.
You're right.
All right.
But football and Duke.
By the way, I want you to know that not only did Alan bring this up for Fraud Alert Friday, he also asked me if he could have the shirt.
Yeah, I do want the shirt since you're not going to use it.
I got you.
It does look nice, though.
Oh, by the way, it's beautiful.
And the picture of the ad looks fantastic, Peter.
Yeah, and go to my Instagram, Rosenberg Radio. There's some fun stuff, some photos in there, and a little spot that I did with Dominic Mysterio and Stephen A. Smith. And then me and Dom have another spot coming out that I'm excited about that's really fun. All right, now here we go. This isn't fun. This is where Fraud Alert Friday gets serious. Judge, do I have your attention?
Yes, you have the floor.
So, Don, after you unceremoniously left the show mid-sentence.
Was it unceremonious? It was very well planned. It was meticulous even.
It was mid-sentence. We were like, Don, it's gone.
Wait, well, that's Anthony's fault then.
No, I mean, it was Anthony's fault? All right, you know what?
You suck, Busek.
Thank you. All right, perfect. Now, after you left.
I just made his weekend, by the way.
I decided that we should pick up a call from Danny in Long Island because he's on hold for a long time, and he had a comment about my Halloween costume.
Which was what the Halloween costume again?
So if you haven't been on my Instagram page in the last couple of days, 101 Dalmatians. This was my wife's big thing, okay?
Why do you say Dalmatians, by the way?
Instead of Dalmatians?
Yeah.
I'm a Dalmatian guy. Okay. I don't know.
I don't know if it's wrong. It's just different.
I thought Dalmatians.
Yeah, I guess Don says Dalmatian.
Oh.
So, anyways, my wife is big on the Halloween pictures.
One of those.
In fact, we announced our pregnancy last year, if you guys recall.
Yes, I remember.
On Halloween with the photo shoot where my wife had us all wear the skeleton outfits, and we had the baby skeleton. Rocky was in it. Bear was in it. It was great.
Felt like it was a month ago.
Yeah, but it's been a year. So now we do this one, and my wife wanted to do 101 Dalmatians. Don't let me get. I know. I'm not going to start doing it. I'm
just
fine.
do what you got to do.
No, you're right. You're right. So her plan is she wants to be Cruella de Vil. She wants the rest of us to be Dalmatians.
Okay.
Myself, Bear, and Maya, all Dalmatians. Okay.
Okay.
The picture's all on my Instagram. You can take a look. We go out. On the street, someone notices her outfit and goes, Cruella, it's a firefighter. And he jumps out of the truck with a Dalmatian. Natalie strikes up conversation. I come over. He goes, oh, snap, it's Peter Rosenberg. I went, hey, how are you, buddy? I'm wearing a ridiculous outfit as a Dalmatian. We have a lovely chat. This guy, Corey, he's like, yo, if you guys want to do your photos at the firehouse and have JT, the dog, be in the photos, come to our firehouse.
Wow.
So a few days later, Natalie and I go, and she's very excited. She added some accoutrements she didn't yet have for the photo. We take the photo. It's on my Instagram. My wife loves pictures. Do you guys think I wanted to go out for a second photo shoot because the first one wasn't good enough? No, but I'm a husband, and she cares, and it's our daughter's first Halloween. I dress up as the fakakta dog. We all go outside. Even Bear. You want to see an angry creature to dress up. Bear's dressed up as a different kind of dog. We go do the photo shoot. The pictures are up. Danny calls us yesterday, Don, and basically said something, Alan, I think you'll think I'm describing this. Peter, pretty weird that you dressed up like that. Now, your wife, I mean, how do I describe her outfit? I would say she's not exactly wearing a turtleneck, if you know what I mean. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of an awkward reference to my wife's breasts. It's all right.
Danny did sound like he wanted a Friday night looking at your Instagram page.
Yeah, it's kind of what it felt like. He threw that in there.
Trolled your pictures.
Yeah, I let it go. I ignored it. Because Danny and I have been on a good page for a long time. That he goes on.
You make a nice effort with that.
I really think I have. Don, I really think I have. he goes on to say, but like, oh, you went to this place, the Firehouse, all these real men who do all this stuff, and they're such real men, and you're dressed up as a dog, and blah, blah. And Alan and I, you know what? We sort of chuckled at it. We kept it moving, right?
Yeah.
And then this happens today on DiPietro and Rothenberg. Another show the next day.
What was worse, the football game last night or Peter Rosenberg's Halloween costume? Have you seen a picture of that?
No, what did he go as?
Peter Rosenberg.
Let me just say, Danny, it must be awful if it was worse than that football game last night.
Yes. Okay, so he's a 46-year-old man. He goes to a New York City firehouse with his beautifully dressed wife as Cruella de Vil. Sexy outfit. He's in a room with real men that break things and run into fires. And he's standing there wearing a onesie dog outfit with makeup on his face. And I'm thinking, what are these guys thinking of when these guys are ready to jump into a fire truck and race up Bill, and they're looking at a grown man in a dog onesie with makeup on his face. Horrifying choice.
He was wearing makeup?
Well, I mean, think about if she was Cruella de Vil, was he like one of the 101 Dalmatians?
He was one of the 101 Dalmatians.
Thank you, Dan.
The costume, but I would be emasculated to be standing in a room full of real men.
You know what,
Danny,
I'm not going to kill him for
that.
I think it's cute. I mean, the fact that he's a man in
Danny's
his
telling on himself
late
here.
40s and he's still dressing
when did Dad start getting dressed for Halloween? How about that discussion?
What?
When did the father...
So
we're
I
getting
submit
the point.
I submit to the judge, Danny being a fraud on account of the relationship we've built on this show. He called into our show, said it to me, we had the chat, and then he runs off to another show to take the bad-mouthing to another level. Judge, I say fraud.
Well, I'll do the ruling if you don't mind.
No. I'm sorry, that was my lawyer talk.
I assume since you took this to the court, you want to be right. Yeah, that's a big-time fraud. That is a big-time fraud. All right, you have your fun within the show to your face. I don't agree with it. But then he gets hostile. Then he takes it to the show. Thinks he's going to get a soft landing. But it just shows you that Dan and Dave had your back because we're a close-knit unit here, as we found out during our meeting.
Very close. Squeezed next to each other.
Oh, yeah, we fit into one small little room.
I just don't like the allegation that Peter's not a man because he dressed up for Halloween. Danny, I'm going to throw right back at you. You are an amazing father. You talk about all the different places you've gone for your kids with their football and their baseball. So you're telling me that if your kid wanted to get dressed up with you, you wouldn't do it as if it emasculates you to dress up for Halloween to make your family happy? To me, a real man is somebody that does things for their family, that does things like that, okay? And besides, the guys that run into the fire, well, one of those guys suggested that they come to the firehouse because they thought it was pretty cool. So are they less men because they thought it'd be fun to have Peter's family over there for the picture? Sounds like you're trying too hard. Here's where it is, all right? You feel deficient, so you got to go after Peter.
Ooh.
Oh, boy. And also the fact is, that let's be honest, you were trolling Peter's wife's Instagram, enjoying those pictures a little bit too much for a married man as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, my God. Don's going even further.
With this
you don't
in
talk
mind,
about a woman's breast to their husband on the air.
And then Jacob pointed out the next day in the call to the morning show, he didn't have to describe her as beautiful and sexy back to back. It's a bit much.
That's what he was looking for when he was trolling.
Listen, like I said,
he had a hankering.
You remember last Friday night he talked about the 17 minutes, right?
Yeah,
that he
I
had,
remember it.
He and his wife and the drink on the couch, and then she fell asleep.
Yeah.
Danny wants 17 minutes with your Instagram account tonight after his wife falls asleep.
And he's just upset that I'm getting in the way. He's upset that he'll have to see me in a dog costume messing up the photo.
Do we put him on the ban list now? Does he replace?
Is there a Danny ban? See, this is the question.
Who's on the list now?
This is right now. It's Dave.
To me, I think we need a ruling on his sentencing now, Judge LaGreca.
A ban?
I'm asking.
Does it qualify as worst caller?
We do this. The worst caller ban.
Can you get banned on this show for being a worst caller on another show? Because I really think it went off the deep end on the morning show.
It's a good question.
So I need to rule on that before I can sentence.
Let me just say this, though.
Let's do sentencing on another day.
Yeah, well, we'll see what the callers say as the show goes on. There's a lot of passion for this subject in the YouTube chat. I'll say that.
We've had this conversation before, Peter. that back in the day, father was mother adjacent, because let's face it, the reason you always said that was because fathers weren't asked to make the commitments that women had to make, that moms had to make. Staying home, taking care of the kids, changing diapers, taking care of the kids when they were sick. And the father's responsibility back in the day was just to be the breadwinner. That's changed, man. And I don't want it changing to be looked upon as emasculating. That a man has decided to now do his share.
Well, let me throw this at you, Don.
And part of that, too, is, you know what? The family's doing things together, okay? So there was a time, Peter and I had dads like this. I don't know if Alan did. Where, no, I don't think my dad dressed up for Halloween, okay?
No way.
This wasn't his thing, okay? And I'm not mad at him for that, because he was being himself. But in no way, shape, or form do I now think that he was more of a man than I was, because I'd throw on a costume, or maybe I would do something silly that my father wouldn't think of doing. So I think we've grown and we've changed.
So in that vein, here's the perfect thing I'll say about this to put a bow on it. Danny, of all callers, the irony of it is, he's always talking about his kids. Every call, he's going to this game, he's going to that game. But listen, I got news for you. My dad was working all the time. He wouldn't set foot at one of my games. Didn't care. Wasn't him. I don't say, oh, what kind of dad spends his time going to all his kids' games? It's all in the eye of the beholder. Danny's clinging to some idea that his version is more masculine, and me dressing up in front of these, quote, real men, who, by the way, when I tell you I didn't have one thought of discomfort, of even thinking. I didn't even. And by the way, the quote.
I think the only thing you had to worry about, Peter, was the real Dalmatian looking at you, taking a sniff, and maybe wanting to
get into it. No, I was mostly concerned with Bear freaking out from being around another dog. But the makeup also he's talking about, it was my wife taking her little mascara pencil and drawing on a nose on me and my daughter. So the whole thing was just silly, and I thought it was a bad job by Danny to, A, go to another show. That's wrong. And B, the whole concept, you kind of end up looking like you're very thin-skinned and weak, that you think I'd be embarrassed to do that. I'll never be embarrassed to do anything to make my daughter smile, or my wife.
In the end, all you have to do is say, thank you for confirming that my wife is hot.
You know what?
Keep it moving.
It's one of the great points by Alan.
I'm going to chew on that. We'll have a sentencing on Monday.
Sentencing on Monday.
He wants to deliberate over the weekend.
Now, I don't know if you wanted this to be the whole segment, Peter. It was fabulous, no matter what.
Do we have
if we do have people that wanted to contribute, I am willing, if you guys are, to carry this over to the next segment.
Oh yeah, I got some emails.
And we also have some calls. Alan? We do have a couple of calls on it too. So I believe we should carry this over.
And there's a poll right now. I just want everyone to know there's a poll in the YouTube chat about whether or not Danny should be banned.
Okay.
Nervous there.
So we'll do all that.
I will deliberate over the weekend.
And you'll deliberate over the weekend. And on the other side of this, we'll take some more calls and some emails. A continued Fraud Alert Friday right here on DHR.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Fight fans, Bud Light and ESPN New York are sending you to UFC at Madison Square Garden. Tap the Bud Light tile on the ESPN New York app and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets in the ESPN suite. Catching the action alongside me, Peter Rosenberg. Through November 7th, listen and enter through the Bud Light tile to score your shot at the ultimate fight night. Bud Light is the official beer of UFC, so make your move now on the ESPN New York app. Must be 21 and over. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Rules on the ESPN New York app. Please enjoy Bud Light responsibly.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime.
That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. Now, they converted my kids' bathtub to a shower and did an incredible, really an unbelievable job. They offer all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit done in just one day. Durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and lower cost than a standard replacement. And a lifetime guarantee. Right now, no money down, no payments, no interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today like we did at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bathfitter.
Tire care shouldn't come with extra costs or surprise fees, and it should be simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So at Midas, they're rolling out the limited lifetime tire guarantee. Included with every tire purchase with paid installation, you'll pay nothing for flat repairs, nada for flat replacements, zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles, and zero for other preventative maintenance. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's a limited lifetime tire guarantee only at Midas.
Caffeine doesn't have to be bitter or boring anymore. 5-Hour Energy shots are bringing the flavor and the energy. One of my personal favorites, Strawberry Banana, is giving smoothie vibes in a compact caffeinated shot. Whether you like your energy sour, fruity, or tropical, with 17 flavors, there's something for you. And yeah, it's got as much caffeine as a 12-ounce coffee, but zero sugar and no crash. Big flavor, tiny bottle, tasty caffeine done right. You can grab yours in store or hit up 5hourenergy.com or order on Amazon today.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, you can't keep an eye on everything unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/play.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
All right, guys, we'll continue Fraud Alert Friday. We'll get calls in at 800-919-3776. Read a couple of emails as well. That last bit of fraud that we heard about almost makes you want to take a shower, at least get cleaned off, take a bath. And to do that,
I like what you did.
You want to make sure that the bath you're doing it in is as updated and beautiful as you could possibly get it. If you don't like the way your bath looks right now, you need to talk to my friends at Bathfitter. We updated a bath in our house. In fact, you know what else they do besides just changing out the bath? They also will take a bathtub out, rip it out, and put it in a shower. That's what we did at our house. It's great. It's changed everything completely at our house. My sister had her bath changed. We've had a couple of people at the station have it done as well. The unique PermaFit solution. You get a watertight fit. It's amazing. And if it's this time of year, you're going to have people coming over for the holidays. Do you have a bathroom in your house that they're going to use and you're kind of embarrassed by it? This is the time to call Bathfitter and get it done. Because the Bathfitter consultant will take you through a process with their free in-home consultation so you can pick out style, color, all the specifics, accessories to update the bath, customized just the way you want it. Now, I mentioned already the different types of custom bath renovations that they have. You could change it out and turn it into a shower. They also have the PermaFit solution I've told you about, the watertight fit. It is done in a day. That's right, in a day. It's durable, easy to clean, no demolition, a lower cost than a replacement. Best of all, lifetime guarantee. That's right, lifetime guarantee. That's how strongly they feel about this product. There are other people out there trying to do it. Those are imitators. Go with the originator. Go with Bath Fitter. And right now is the best time to do it. Why? No money down, no payments, no interest for 18 months. That's right, no interest until April of 2027. So go ahead, trust the Bath Fitter team, just like we did. Start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one, Bath Fitter. And now let's continue with Fraud Alert Friday with some calls and emails and everything else, boys.
All right, let's see. Which direction you want to go here? You want an email first? You want to follow up? You want calls with people commenting on Danny? Don, what's up your alley?
Probably should stay with it, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Let's stay with the Danny stuff and then get into the email.
Well, all right, let's go to John in Great Neck. Hey, John.
Hey, guys. You guys are the best show on the station, but as far as Danny goes, it's very cringeworthy. You know, I'm embarrassed for him. I don't know if it was an attempt at humor, but Peter is like a great guy, and I always dressed up with my kids when they were younger. I'm 65, but, you know, when I get a chance to be around my grandchildren, if I have a chance, I'm sure I'm going to be dressing up for Halloween to make them happy. And that's what it's all about. It's all about family, and Danny seems to think about what always emphasizes his family aspect of it.
Well, that was the weird part, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, when you're a father, I mean, then his line of reasoning goes to, oh, I can't hug my son. I can't tell my kids I love them. What is that? That's not real. That's not fatherhood. That's not.
Well, and I'm sure Danny. I'm sure he doesn't have beliefs like that. That would shock me. I know Danny loves his kids. He's a great dad. But this to me was a major gap. Maybe it was an attempt at a joke, and he went a little too far. It offended him a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's when men were men.
Yeah, I mean, come on. That's essentially what he was saying.
Yeah.
Why did you dress up in an outfit? Didn't you feel emasculated? I mean, why would I?
And if it was a joke, all right, fine. You had your fun on the show, but then why'd you call them?
Why'd you call and try to get followers? That's the weird. Lonnie in Harlem. Hey, Lonnie, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Lonnie.
Hey guys, shout out to the company. I had to call in because this morning, honestly, that call it rubbed me the wrong way. As the last caller said, his calls are so cringeworthy. Peter, you said it earlier. This man calls in, tells us that he ends up in whichever Carolina instead of the other Carolina for his son's baseball. Nobody cares, Danny. Nobody cares that your grandkids are coming over. Nobody cares that you went to watch your mom play bingo. Nobody cares about that. But yet, when Peter decides to be an actual father for his daughter, his firstborn, that's an issue. And then you know why he called the morning show? Because he thought he was going to get a battery in his ass. And he thought Dave and Dan was probably going to get on you too. His calls are so stupid at the beginning. We don't need to know all of these life things, Danny. Call, make a sports point, and get off the phone, bro. Nobody needs to know about you going to the end of the world for your kids. Now, yes, it makes you look like a great father, great grandfather, but you're the same man that's going to call in and diss somebody for being the same way for his child? He's an idiot. He needs to be banned.
Okay, well, all right. Okay, Lonnie, we love you, Lonnie. Calm down. I appreciate you.
I don't mind the stories about with his kid. I'm cool with that. I just don't like how. I guess there's a line that he felt Peter crossed to a masculinity because of the I just don't get that.
Am I the only one that just sees this as the fact that Danny just thinks that your wife still got it, and that's a great thing? And I'd be just saying that's cool, man.
No, because that's not all he said. That is talk about looking at something in a rosy light. I mean,
no. You're missing my point. He's out of line, right? He's out of line for sure because he's pushing the idea of. It's almost like he's trying to suggest that you went to a place with all these firemen. Like he had some type of like sexual fantasy going on in his mind.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? Like that's what he was thinking of.
Right.
Oh, it's going to happen in a firehouse, and this is how it's going to go down.
No,
and Pete's going to be left out by the fire hydrant in his dog outfit.
Right. He was directing a porn movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's no doubt.
And
he was
in that
creating something in his
movie,
head that he's going to look
Peter's
at later.
ridiculed and thrown out of the firehouse.
Yeah.
And the firemen all,
like you're not
all
good.
right,
Like you're
okay,
not good
kids.
enough for her, Peter. That's what he's trying to tell you, and you're like, bud,
Peter,
I got her, man.
Peter, Alan nailed it. That's it. He directed a porn in
his own brain.
Oh yeah. This is something he's going to imagine later.
What? No, can we stop saying that? Does it have to be that? Can it be just that maybe he already watched one earlier and this reminded him of that? I don't want to think that. Come on, I don't want to have problems with Danny.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
This is what happened.
Oh,
you want to know why?
Danny in Centerport. Hey, Danny.
Okay.
Boys, Peter, listen, man. I've got your back 1,000,000%. All right, first off, Danny from Long Island should be banned from the show until at least the end of football season if he ever gets back on when sports are at its minus and there's nothing else to talk about, because that's what he deserves, bro. Listen to me. Alan, we've talked. I raised 2 girls, man, and my sister-in-law, who had no kids, was a Halloween baby, and the outfits that we went through, we celebrated Halloween like crazy, and the outfits that I put on myself to support my girls and my sister-in-law, I can't even begin to tell you. So for him to be dogging you like that, first off, it was completely disrespectful. It was cringy, creepy, and wrong, man. And you know what? I'm from Centerport on Long Island. I'll find Danny if you want me to and take care of him.
Whoa.
I'm a construction worker. I'm a screen fitter.
Okay.
I love the adrenaline, man, but please,
down.
I want Danny to be safe.
Danny on Danny crime,
That's
man.
when men were men.
All right, I think that's listen, I'm not I appreciate everyone's support. I did think it was worth calling him out. I didn't want to start a war against Danny. I think it was just an in poor taste decision.
Yeah, it was
I'd like to see if he
apologize.
Yeah, maybe he'll
he's gotta
rethink
call
this.
and apologize because I don't think he realized what he did.
For people who get it, a little too much Samuel L. Bronkowitz, for my liking. He was a little bit. He was directing a porn, and we got to move on. But stay safe. We still want Danny with us. Okay.
We still want Danny with us. We love him, but he will decide if there's a ban on Monday.
Yeah, I'll work.
And listen, bans aren't lifetime, but the bans exist.
Well, really, the more decision is, can you be banned for a call you made on another show? I guess that's what it really comes down to, because it is ban worthy.
Well, no, but think about it's more that because of the follow-up call that he made to the other show.
Yeah.
Did it make his call to our show a ban-worthy call? See what I'm saying? Because it's still about his phone call.
Let's see if we can get one non-Danny fraud question in before the segment.
One email?
All right, here we go. For DHRESPN@gmail.com. Fellas, I was born and raised in Metro Detroit. I'm still an avid fan of all the teams there. Moved to New Jersey about 10 years ago and have been listening to ESPN radio ever since.
Oh, cool.
Like you guys, the major Detroit sports talk radio shows also put out podcasts. And I access the shows with ease. The only real coverage of a team I'm a fan of are Peter and Don adoring/riding the Lions in the pick segment the last couple of years. And yet I still prefer to fire up your show.
Thanks.
Considering the teams I love have relatively zero part of the shows in this market, is preferring to listen to out-of-market shows versus the shows that would be more relevant to me fraudulent behavior.
I love you.
Love the show. Go Wings tonight. Cheers.
Of course there's no fraud there. Just because they talk about the teams that you like, if you like another show, we entertain. It's never fraudulent listening to us. No fraud. I like that one. That was good.
Yeah, you're with us, buddy.
Too.
Don't you worry. And Don and I will lean more into Detroit now. They owe me from last week. All right, that'll do it for Fraud Alert Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Big 5 o'clock hour coming up.
Dual cassette Fraud Alert Friday.
Yeah, A-side and B-side.
Yes, sir.
Dolby noise reduction in full effect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those were the days.
All right, more DHR next right here.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Jersey, Route 3 westbound, bumper to bumper, right before 17 in Rutherford. Broken down car in the center lane. Delays there are backing up to the Turnpike Eastern Spur. Upper Deck Golf at Yankee Stadium, heading that way using the inbound George. Nice and quiet for both the upper and lower decks. Deegan northbound, not so great. You're crawling there, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Delays go back across the Triborough and up onto the Bruckner. Outbound, looking at your best ride at 30 to 40 minutes. Outbound hung and run you close to an hour. Some heavy pockets of delays at the Tappan Zee Bridge getting into Rockland County. Slowdowns on 287 westbound from 22 in White Plains. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. As seasons change and days grow darker sooner, it can be a tough time for many. This November, BetterHelp's encouraging everyone to reach out, check in on friends, reconnect with loved ones, and remind the people in your life that you're there. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. Short questionnaire helps you identify your needs and preferences, and our 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means we typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from our tailored recommendations. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Murray to the net. Score! The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey, or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat.
Barzell for Horvat, score!
Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Harry Douglas here. Look, being a man doesn't mean skipping self-care. Manscaped makes it easy to feel confident, clean, and ready for anything. Whether you're at work, hitting the gym, traveling for business, or heading for a night out. The Lawnmower Trimmer gives you precision, the Beard Hedger keeps your look tight, and their grooming essentials smell incredible. Manscaped's tools are built to perform, helping you stay sharp, smooth, and feeling your best every single day. Because real confidence starts with a clean cut and the right gear. Get all the Manscaped products you need right now at your local Target.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, fellas.
It's Tully time.
I like when he holds it.
It's Tully time.
The Rangers visit the Red Wings with coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. The Islanders host the Wild at 7. In the NBA Cup group play, the Nets face off against the Pistons in Brooklyn at 7:30, and NYCFC takes on Charlotte in a decisive Game 3 in the MLS playoffs. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Well, it's a football Friday, and we started off with the football. Giants take on the Bears. Jets back after the bye will take on the Browns. I guess on the surface, guys, both games that the two locals could win. Bad weather in Chicago, so that'll probably keep things a little low scoring. And, it's Dart versus, Caleb Williams, and the way Dart's been playing, I guess you don't rule out the possibility of maybe the Giants maybe getting a victory in this one. And I expect – I have a feeling the Jets are going to play well. I think that the guys that stuck around, you heard from Jermaine Johnson about how he's happy to still stay here and wants to be with the guys, and Breece Hall said all the right things after he was not dealt.
What does play well look like, Don? Like
for the Jets?
I don't, do you mean play well, or do you mean they have a chance to win? Because I got to be honest, like this is rainy, cold Sunday afternoon, two awful offensive teams. Like it might not look. They could.
Well, that
win,
game's here,
but yeah.
And I thought, isn't tomorrow supposed to be nice?
The game's Sunday.
Sunday's supposed to be nice or no?
No, it's supposed to be rain.
Sunday's rain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They're saying now.
It's going to be rain. It's barely going to touch 60.
No, well, that's
so
not
it's
terrible.
It's going to be miserable.
I think it's going to be really bad in Chicago. But play well, meaning, like, listen to the way they played last week in the fourth quarter. Can that continue?
Okay.
I mean, if I'm Justin Fields, I've had a miserable year. I've got called out by my owner.
Oh, yeah.
But I do have the Pittsburgh game on my resume. I've got moments in Tampa. I've got the fourth quarter against Cincinnati. It's not been all bad. And if I could put together a decent effort against the good Browns defense, but you're not going to have to score a ton of points in this game, I think, to win.
Right.
And I think it's important to respond because the guys that are here have two choices. Put their head down and say, I'm here. I want to make this work. I'm going to give an effort, and I'm going to do the best I can for the rest of this season. These are my teammates. We're here. The guys that got traded aren't here anymore. The organization has the reasons to do what they did, but I'm here, and I want to win, and we're going to go out and give our all. Or the other choice could be the organization has given up on this season. I'm giving up. I'm just going to go through the motions.
Yeah, sometimes that happens
so
too.
That does happen. But
that's
to
why
those,
they say they ship the cars, they send them home.
Okay.
But
you know
it's
what?
Over.
This isn't week 17 where a lot of guys check out. You've got 9 games left in your season. 9. More than half the season left to go if you're the Jets. If you're going to check out now in a winnable game at home, that is going to be ugly for you in the organization, but especially you, because everything you do is on film.
But don't you think this is that's what puts, and I know why you're talking about the importance of playing well.
Yes.
The importance of playing well has nothing to do with the players. It has to do with the coach. So what you're saying is you need to know, do I have a leader? Because the game plan is game plan. Like you can't worry about game plans and all that stuff at this point now, right? You have a young offensive coordinator who's had some bad days and he's had some good days. Mm-hmm. You've got a defensive coordinator we all know is like the whole league knows what he does. There's nothing new there. And they have underachieved. And they've made a lot of changes now where you're going to be very young now on your defense. But you're saying, I want to see, never mind X's and O's. Do I have a leader of men who can inspire a group coming off a bye after a jarring trade deadline day where your locker room was dramatically changed with two imposing, again, like the whole idea of Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner, those are two brand names out of that locker room, okay? And so how is your team going to respond, and will you have them ready to compete, ready to play in a game that looks winnable at home?
All right,
that's what you're saying, right?
This is going to sound like hyperbole, but I mean this. This, by far, is the biggest game Aaron Glenn has ever coached this season and may coach the rest of the season. Because if he is going to keep these guys engaged, if he is going to get them to play for him,
it's a fair take.
It begins on Sunday. They just made the deal. Are you in or are you out?
It's a bye after a win.
Yeah, and Peter,
by the way, a crazy win on an emotional day with the passing of Nick Mangold.
And they're honoring Nick Mangold before the game.
Yes.
All right, and you're playing. It's a winnable team that you can go out there and win. And Aaron Glenn, he is sending the message: are you in or are you out? Because you heard Aaron Glenn's comments. He say he's talking like a man that's part of this rebuild. He is here for the foreseeable future to see this through. All right? And it's easy to tuck the tail between their legs, tank for picks, and then we'll start again fresh next year during the offseason. We'll find our quarterback and go. But no, we got 9 games left, guys. And some of you guys are going to be gone, and some of you guys are going to be part of this. So what are you doing? Are you in or are you out? And if he can convince them to play, guys, if he can convince them to give their all, and they go out there and they give their all and they win, that can hook those guys. That could get the ball rolling in the right direction. If the guys all want to quit and he can't win them over, and it's a male in the rest of the season, that's going to reflect poorly on him, and then he will be done sooner than later. So that's why I think this game is colossally big for him, because it's the first impression of this new-look Jet team, and everybody expects them to be checked out and that it's over and they're tanking for the future. If he can convince them to go out there and play hard for the rest of the season, maybe they win, maybe they lose, but go out there and play hard, play to the best, and get his hooks in those guys, that can go a long way to him turning the corner here, because it's so easy to check out. But if he can convince them to buy in, guys, and then you make the right decisions in the offseason, this could be the beginning of something really special. Because you can't all do it in boardrooms. It all can't be done behind closed doors. It also has to be done on the field. And this is not going to work unless Aaron Glenn works.
And it's an odd situation, Don, because I agree with you. It's such an important game. But also in a weird way, it is low pressure. It's not like the whole world is watching this game. It's not like every fan sees it this way.
It might be half full of the building.
Exactly.
But
we know that there really is something. It's kind of a great spot in that sense. You're playing a team that they do have a great defense, but they have a very limited offense. And you maybe have the emotion of the Nick Mangold situation. You're coming off of a big win. It's a great opportunity for them to build a little something. And later in the year, they got some spots coming right up after this that are impossible. New England, it's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. The Ravens are not happening. Like there are some games they're not getting. They got a chance in this one. It's a great opportunity for them.
That sounds good. I'm sorry, guys. Great opportunity, and what you're saying, there's nothing for this season anymore. That I just don't see it that way. I know what you guys are saying. I'm not denying what you're saying. I'm just, from my perspective,
as a fan, you don't feel it.
It's not going to matter. None of it's going to matter. The coach isn't going anywhere. If you want to have good feelings, that's great. No. The problem with Jets fans is that all you get are good feelings, and they don't last. I want something tangible.
Well, Alan, I'm surprised that you have this take as being a former athlete. Because when I work with Greg Buttle, when I worked with Dave Maloney, and it's the end of a season, and the game is meaningless, and the
Don,
team's
I
already
know that part.
No.
I guess I'm not saying it clearly. This isn't about the players. I'm talking about from my perspective. Great opportunity. What's the opportunity?
No, because the opportunity is
to have the third overall pick instead? I don't care. Just get me to where it matters.
It doesn't. What matters is, do you have a coach, Alan? And this is the first real chance to see if this could be the guy to keep them engaged when everybody could just tap out and say, we'll see you next year, including the coach. If he can get these guys to play, inspire them to play, you don't think that goes a long way to his resume? None of this is going to work unless they find a coach. Could this be day one of that regime?
He's not going anywhere, man.
But I know he's not going anywhere, but is he going to stay here, and is it going to work?
He's going. If I say he's not going anywhere, he's staying here. They're going to build their team. This year's team is someone else's players. I keep saying this is other people's players. This is not their team. I want to see in the offseason what kind of magnet he is to bringing in players, the type of players he wants.
But don't you think some of those players are going to look at how these last 9 games went? Do I want to play for this coach? Do I want to play for this organization?
I wasn't there. I don't care how they looked. I wasn't there. That wasn't me.
All the more reason if he can make it work. Everything's working against him. It's so easy for the players to give up. Half the guys know they're not going to be here. But, Garrett Wilson looks like he could be here. Breece Hall looks like he can be here.
Maybe.
Maybe not. But if he's able to get those guys to play, even though their future's unknown, that can go a long way. And the reason I brought up the Dave Maloney and the Greg Buttle is there's no such thing as meaningless football. There's no such thing as meaningless.
Of course not.
So they're going to go out, and so there is value to now. It's not coaching for the standings. it's not coaching for any other reason but to show, hey, I can coach. I can inspire my players. I can fire them up. I can get them to want to play and be Jets. When nobody wants to be a Jet, I'm going to get them to play for me.
I understand everything you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. But that's all stuff that's completely like for me as I'm watching, I don't feel any of that. What you're saying has to do with what's going on inside a locker room. What you're talking about is a coach. He might not have any control on the ability to win because they don't have enough talent to do it. That was abundantly clear this year. And all they did was get worse at the trade deadline. They didn't get better. Did they add a couple of wide receivers that two teams didn't want? Yeah. Two wide receivers that couldn't get on the field for their own team. So they added some wide receiver depth, which is going to be important for Justin Fields. Yes. Those guys are going to get all the chance to play. And so you're curious to see, does Mechie take advantage of the opportunity? Does Williams? Like, these are things that you're like, okay, like those are pieces. They did not get better. They got worse as a team. So yes, it sounds great. And I'm not trying to be that guy, Don. When have you ever known me to be a pessimist?
No, I know. I get it.
This is how it looks like. It's just how I feel. But I've covered bad teams. I've talked to players. I know that the idea for those guys is this stuff matters because I'm putting something on tape. There's always scouts watching. I got to play for next year. I got to worry about me. So guys are going to be competitive. They're going to play because there's always a purpose if they're keeping score. I'm not denying any of that. But I don't think it's going to have any impact on what happens next year. If they win 2 games late in the season, it's not going to change. Aaron Glenn's going to be the head coach next year.
Well, but what if it's more than that? What if they win? What if they win a few games? What if they surprise you and really compete with the good teams?
Well, then
and you see a different look from them.
Well, then their pick is going to lose value.
But I think they gain value in being a team that I want to go play for. Like even if they lose out, which I don't think they will. But they're in every game and they're engaged. And then the message around the NFL is, I tell you, Aaron Glenn, he's doing a really good job over there. Those guys are really breaking their ass for him over there. That's a team I want to go play for.
Again,
but lose every game 40-0. Right. Yeah, you get the better pick, but people are like, dude, Glenn completely lost the room. Well, everybody completely checked out.
Why can't you lose like
Woody
the Giants
Johnson's a kook. I don't want to go there.
Well, the last part you can't control. But why can't they lose the way the Giants are losing? Like the way Anthony said he's going to expect the Giants to go, like 32-28 losses. Like, so you're competitive, but I don't think they're good enough to win. I'm with you. You don't look like a team that's checked out. That's a bad look, for sure. But I don't expect that. And they really haven't been that team that's checked out.
But you're completely up against it with the Jets. They just traded 2 of their best players away. You've only won 1 of your first 8 games. The impression seems to be around the league that they're just going to lose out. They're going to go 1-16. They're done. Glenn's a goof. And if you change that, you could change that narrative and get people buzzing about, hey, that's a coach I want to go play for. So how it looks is important. The difference with the Giants is there's a resume already there of 3 consecutive 2-7 starts. So winning becomes more important for the Giants. It's beyond what it looks like. Now you got to start winning some games because you've built up a resume. Glenn's creating his resume right now. You don't want to judge somebody on 8 games. Even Damian Woody said yesterday it's incomplete. We don't know. But now with the whole world thinking that you're done, if you're able to generate something, that could look good for the coach and maybe make you feel good about the coach.
No, listen, I get why someone like Allen, why this whole spiel Don and I are giving would not get you excited. I truly do get it. But from an objective outside standpoint, by people who aren't beaten and broken by this, and I'm accepting of the fact, even though you knew I was no big supporter of Aaron Glenn, that he's going to be the guy who's there, and they're going to try to give this a shot and start over again. I think this is the objective, accurate way to look at this season, even though I understand if I were a fan, I might just be sick and not want to see it.
Yeah, that's why I've yet to tell Don he's wrong. I've yet to say he's wrong. My perspective looks at it differently. That nothing's going to change.
Right.
The value of that draft pick is critical.
But when you watch I'm sorry, go ahead. When you watch that game on Sunday, in my opinion, you root for the Jets to win the game. They may not win, probably won't.
I don't know.
That's what.
Yeah, a fan always roots for his team.
Yeah, you're going to be rooting for him anyway.
You're always looking for that, right? Like I'm not denying that.
But listen.
But the end game of this whole thing is going to be using the assets that you just acquired, along with the cap space, to take a team that was dog, you know what, all season, and turn it around. And the only way you could do that right, is with the highest value of draft picks you have. Your assets have to have incredible value. And there's no greater value in a draft where there's no quarterbacks to talk about. You need the number one pick. Because if you think about it, New Orleans needs a quarterback. They're going to be bad too. And they probably could get the one. Tennessee doesn't need a quarterback, but they could mess things up for you and push you to 3. The third pick in this draft is not nearly going to be as valuable as the number one pick. And if you're trying to convince a team to make a trade with you for a player of great, like that could turn things around for you. And I know I threw the Burrow thing out. It's half of it's fun, half of it's like, why not? There's other things that you could do as well that might not be quarterback, but there's things you can do to get a high-level player that can be transformational for your roster. Like, you have to have the highest value in it, and that's why there's a part of me, I don't root for losing, but I also understand that winning is not going to change the coach. The Giants, it's different. If Daboll's he's coaching for his job, but
which is exactly why you have to root against him and the Giants
if you're a Giants fan. But from the Jet thing, it's like I'm leaning forward to see where this goes. Where do you take this? But nothing's changing when it comes to wins and losses versus who's running the organization. It's not changing. So now you got to look at it. Well, what's the highest value you can get? And what can you turn it into?
I want to know they got a coach. And if he can coach,
I think we won't know until next year.
And get them some wins that makes you at least feel good that maybe they got the guy.
What if I tell you I don't think we'll know until next year?
Well, you won't. You're right. You're right. But Don's also right that we could have an inkling, at least some hope going to the offseason.
Well, you want to see if he's a leader of men, right? That's what
right.
I'm saying.
Well,
I think we all agree on that. Can you keep him fired up? Can you keep him competitive? They've been they haven't been a team that's let go of the rope this year, have they? Have we seen them quit?
Not yet, but it could after the trade.
Yeah, you're right.
You just said if my brother got dealt and I got to stay on the team, I might want to tap out. Breece Hall didn't get a contract, didn't get traded. He said all the right things, but maybe he's checked out. And maybe Garrett Wilson's like, I'm not going to go kill myself for a quarterback that's not even going to be here next year. Like, all these guys have all the reason in the world to say, you know what, I don't want to get hurt. I'm just going to go through the motions and get the hell out of here.
Right.
And if Aaron Glenn can get them to do the exact opposite and buy in, that could have, to me, a tremendous amount of value moving forward. What do you think? 1-800-919-3776. Squeeze in the phone calls because at 5:45 we got our picks and 6 o'clock at CNN.
Should we even bother?
With our picks? Yeah. I'm gonna pick my nose during the segment.
There you go.
And fling it right at the screen.
I'm
and
taking
have
first place back, baby.
Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
FanDuel Friday is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel is dropping limited-time specials to get you in the zone. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo, it's your weekly pregame. NBA Happy Hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30 Eastern. FanDuel is dropping limited-time specials to get you in the zone. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. Only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/Peter to grab your reward before the clock expires. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. Leg requirements and max wager amounts. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Let me tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. They remodeled the bath by my pool. They converted a tub into a shower. The result is amazing. Bath Fitter offers all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, and durable with no demo or mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Plus, a lifetime guarantee. Right now, you get no money down, no payments or interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. We're going to start off again in Jersey. A mess on 80 eastbound over in the locals right after 17 in Lodi. Car fire being worked on. We had all lanes out. Now just one lane is squeezing by. Traffic is jammed there from the Parkway in Saddlebrook, making it a solid ride on 17 southbound, getting on to 80, hitting the brakes there from Route 4 and Paramus on down. Inbound George, about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Best of it's to the outbound side. Henry Hudson, Deegan southbound, a bumper-to-bumper ride from the Mosholu on down. Outbound Lincoln already about 30 to 40. Outbound Helena cost you an hour plus. Islanders home tonight at the UBS Arena. Some solid pockets of slowdowns approaching Hempstead Turnpike on the Cross Island southbound from the Throgs Neck Bridge in Queens. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
The post-career day press conference brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Picks coming up in the next segment. ENN at 6. We're out of Dodge at 6:30. That's because we got the Rangers and the Red Wings coming up from Detroit. That's how they say it up in Canada. 1-800-919-3776. They say Calgary and they say Detroit. How about that?
The Calgary thing I don't like.
And they say a boat. An
boat.
Organization.
We know those. And Sorry.
Yes, it is Sorry.
Sorry's big.
Yeah. We got a lot of a boot from Graves yesterday, right?
Yes, we did.
There's a couple of heavy boots.
That was a good spot.
A very good spot. He's awesome.
It's Adam Graves, you and me.
Sure.
Let's
tell me where to go. I'll go.
You'll do it?
Sure.
Dare him. I dare you.
Well, how about Bear in Piscataway? You're on ESPN.
Bear? Where's my drop? Hey, Bear.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Always.
I was just going to say, I love you guys and Peter, and I'm going to just let my man know. I was a cop in Patterson. I'm still in law enforcement. And when my kids were 4 and 5 years old, we dressed up as the Incredibles. And my girls loved it and loved that Christmas every year. That Halloween every time. And we walked around Don knows Willowbrook Mall. We were like celebrities. Everybody stopped to take pictures of us. But that doesn't make you less of a man. So keep doing your thing, Peter.
Yeah.
Hang in there, bro.
Oh, man, my guy Bear. I like all Bears. It's my guy. And by the way, it was so funny he mentioned that, like when we were outside of the firehouse, not only did the firemen all show a lot of love, and my uncle was a firefighter, FDNY in Astoria. We were having some firefighter talk, but like not only they all love it, but everyone walking by. I mean, obviously we ended up talking about me in this. The star of it was obviously my adorable daughter dressed up as a Dalmatian with the little nose on. We're kind of focused on the wrong thing here.
Well, you know what a real man is? Not afraid to be who they are. That's what it takes.
And that's why I'm here to reveal I am, in fact, a furry.
That's it.
And not only that wasn't my Halloween costume. That's my weekend outfit.
Yeah.
Right.
And Miss Hatton loves you as a furry.
Thank you. Now, why do you think we did
about.
it? The whole costume was just based around my interests.
Now you really got Danny fired up. Let's go to Javi in Queens. You're on ESPN New York.
Guys, thanks for taking the call, as usual. Listen, I didn't want to get it on a Danny at all, but, was he being a bit of a creep? Yes. Is he a fraud? I don't know.
You're not sure if fraud.
But great pictures. The photo shoot was incredible, though, Peter. I hearted it on Instagram.
There you go. I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Danny did too.
No doubt. And
Danny hearted it with a D.
Oh, and Don, kudos to you, Don. Fridays was already like a big day, like TJIF and, Friday Night Knicks. Like Fridays was, big day of the week. Fraud Alert Friday has taken it to a whole other level, Don. So thank you.
No, listen,
if no one says thank you for that, Don, thank you.
I heard that Fraud Alert Friday is going to take it another level, in fact, in the near future.
Really?
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, just wait and see.
Oh. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very soon.
Really? I don't even know. Do I not know about this?
You will.
You will.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel left out, but okay.
That's what happens when you come late to the meeting.
That's it.
I missed something?
Oh, yeah.
You missed it.
Today?
No,
yesterday.
Yesterday.
I wasn't late yesterday. Oh.
Listen, we're on TC time. If you're on time, you're late.
Yeah.
Tom Coughlin, you and me.
That's
Tom
right.
Coughlin. Let's go to Ernie in Butler. You're on ESPN New York. That's where my grandma used to live.
Oh, no.
Hi, Ernie.
I think we lost Ernie.
You don't know that.
Did I just hang up on Ernie?
Oh, dear God.
You probably did hang up
I
on
thought
Ernie.
that was our last call. I'm sorry, Ernie. Call right back. There's a line open. Jump in.
Jose in Connecticut.
There we
Can
got
you
Jose.
Connect them?
There you go, buddy. Hey, Jose.
Hey, what's up, guys? Listen, I wanted to talk about Dart, but you guys are talking about the coaches, and I wanted to give you a name that I love and one that I hate.
Okay.
One that I would love is for the Giants, obviously, is Lane Kiffin. I do think it would be his second time coaching, and he bounced back in college from that Raiders debacle, but plus he coached Dart, right? So I think he would be an offensive guy. I would be open to that. And then the one that I hate, because I was listening to Dave and Dan Graca this morning, I wanted to punch through my phone, is they said they would love to have John Gruden to coach the Giants. I mean, it's like, what kind of debacle would that be? Like, he's not only like,
I don't love
it's
Gruden.
a thing. And it'll just bring up all the stuff. Yeah, like I don't know what they were thinking, guys. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I don't know.
Get it done. He's sexy, Alan, right? The name.
Well, the name.
The name
is
sexy.
sexy.
But it's been a long time since he's won, and I just don't think the Giants are going to go there. But I could be wrong.
Don, when he won with someone else's team.
Right, and then he had a couple of flashes after that, but otherwise, I look it up. It's been like 15 years since he had like a winning team.
Yeah.
It didn't go well in Vegas, even before all the stuff. And listen, everybody deserves a second chance.
You talk about a guy in a New York market that could end poorly.
Listen, would it work for us? Would he give us a lot of fodder?
Yes.
Yeah. But as a fan, I just want to know the guy's going to be a good coach, and I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
Let's go to Dean.
Brisbane.
Really?
Yeah, Dean called back.
Oh, Dean's back.
Remember, we had Dean at the end of the show yesterday.
I'm back.
I was not
there.
What's happening, guys?
So this is Dean's second time calling in, Don, but the first time talking to you.
Oh, how are you, Dean? Very nice to meet you.
Good, nice to meet you too. You make me a Devils fan every day.
Oh.
I apologize for going long yesterday, guys. I'll try to be quick today.
All good, buddy.
My thing with the Giants situation is I think that Daboll has to go. Daboll, like table, he has to go. And I think if he goes, that Shane has to go with him. My thing is, even if Shane has done a good job thus far, which I think he has, if he's still there, does that narrow down the coaching search? Because you have to bring in a guy that maybe aligns with Shane's thinking or is okay with Shane getting the groceries, so to speak. Or, that's why I think Shane might have to go, and then you bring in a coach and a GM that can work together. What do you guys think about that?
I don't think it matters as much. I mean, I don't want to bring in a guy that wants to. I need to see the name. Like if Lane Kiffin says, I want to be the GM too. No, I'm good. I think Lane Kiffin can be intriguing, but I want my coach to coach. I want my manager to manage, and whoever that happens to be.
And a good GM, he can work with any coach.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
the coach gives you the grocery list, right? So that's why any GM, you can't worry about it. Again, let's understand the structure in the NFL. It is not like it doesn't. There's no hierarchy of the GM hires the coach or the GM is in charge of the coach. They generally have to work together on the same level. I handle player personnel. You handle X's and O's. You tell me what you need for your system. I'll go out and get it. That's how it's supposed to work.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Now, the phrase that I don't like when people that want Shane gone is he shouldn't be allowed to hire another coach. Well, he didn't hire Daboll. They came together.
Exactly.
So some could say, well, he deserves to maybe bring in, his own guy. I mean, I'm sure he was on board with Daboll. They came from the same organization, but I'm more on the fence. If you tell me one has to go, to me it would be Daboll. But I just think it's a chance to get a nice.
There's no question
slate.
that's the answer.
Yeah.
But there are people that think he's done a good job. There are people that think he's done a horrible job. Listen, every general manager's got spots all over their resume, right? I mean, even John Idzik, who was not a great general manager with the Jets, brought in Sheldon Richardson. I mean, like there's guys that and Joe Douglas did a great job. He just failed at the one most important job, and that's bringing in the right quarterback.
Yep.
They all have, and Gettleman, I think, has aged better based on some of the things that have happened since he was relieved of his duties and information that kind of came out. So, listen, there's good and bad, but you have a chance to start over. I think you just you do that. Kadeem is in the car. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, man?
Kadeem's back.
Yes, gentlemen. Yes, Don. I've missed you the last 2 times I've called you. Been out of office. It's good to hear your voice, my man.
Well, it's nice to be.
But you missed it yesterday, so I have a response. They'll catch you up to speed. But, Peter, I have a response from my brother. It was quick, it was haste, and positive, if I must say.
Oh, really? Because you told us yesterday that your brother had been hating on me online.
That is true. But, I mean, like I said recently, it was a couple weeks back, so I think if you allow me to, I will give you what he said, and you could see his change of heart.
Okay.
So he said, most recently, I took umbrage with him criticizing Goldberg for complaining about his retirement match. In parentheses, Peter will know what I'm referring to. But, in caps, after watching Goldberg elaborate on what he was upset about, I now, again in caps, agree with Rosenberg and actually think he could have been even stronger with his criticism because Goldberg is ridiculous. Also, I recently watched an interview with Peter on Chris Van Vliet's podcast.
Thank you.
Which made me like him even more. As a former journalist myself, I respect his hustle and how far he has come in this industry from just working hard. Me and Peter are now on good terms, especially since you and him are cool.
Oh, my God.
Our great national nightmare is over.
Yeah.
And just as a final point to what you said, Peter, I was actually named after Kadeem Hardison. My brother's I was born in 91. My parents, I'm allowed the third child. My parents are like, you two, just pick a name. They were like, obviously, Dwayne Wayne was the coolest person on TV. My parents weren't feeling Dwayne, so they ended up going with Kadeem. So spot on that, gentlemen.
Kadeem, thank you, buddy. Tell your brother what's up. And I feel so old that like a character from when I wasn't even that young can be the namesake of an adult man who calls our show.
And that somebody born in 91 is 34 years old.
Isn't that insane? 91.
That doesn't seem like that long ago.
Wait, here comes Anthony. Go ahead, say it, Anthony.
Oh, boy, here we go. Yeah, make fun of us. Make fun of. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Tease the elderly.
Here he comes.
Wow.
He has a lot going on.
He's checked out on the show,
He's
too.
a broken man.
Oh no!
Why
What
does he have
happened?
is he doing Rangers pregame stuff?
No, that's me. But he's doing a lot of other like playlists for the weekend.
Isn't it great that does Santiago and Santillo, are they always doing other things during the morning show, like constantly having to fill other roles while also producing?
Now, in fairness, their show's off at 10 o'clock in the morning.
And?
So what would be in the way?
Maybe they
there's no game. There's no 7 a.m. games.
Turn around some sound for everybody else. I don't know, but our guys are constantly like we got guys that are moonlighting other jobs right now.
The only time when I listen to a lot of the morning show, the only time there's an issue is if they're trying to talk to RJ and he's screening calls.
Everyone has that issue.
Right. That's going to happen, right? There's just no avoiding that. But
Cusick doesn't make enough money. Neither does Jake. Pay these men.
I don't think Ray or RJ do either, but I
Well, they do one job. Our guys do 2, 3 sometimes.
Well, make sure next time if I get that pay raise, I'll help out for the lunch. So
yeah, right.
I'll reach in my wallet.
So he'll at least get a reach.
It's a
Excuse me?
So you got that going.
What was
for
that,
you.
Don?
And you know what, guys?
I'm all set there.
No, it's time for me to pause this thing and tell you about Amazon Pickup.
Yeah, pause
all
the right word.
The ultimate convenience play. We all know Amazon's a part of everyday life already, but Amazon Pickups takes things to the next level. If you're pressed for time like I am, you could choose to send your orders straight to a secure pickup location that works for you. Amazon lockers and counters are located near you no matter where you're at. So whatever you're doing, you're at home, you're taking care of the baby, then you got to run out to work. Wherever you're on the move, Amazon Pickup will give you the flexibility, like they do with me, to grab what I need between shows, while running errands, while the baby naps, whatever. Simple. You order online and at checkout. Just choose the pickup location that's most convenient. You get an email confirmation when it's ready with instructions to pick it up. It's quick, secure, and always at no extra cost. Check it out for yourself. Go to Amazon.com/pickupMVP to learn more. That's Amazon.com/pickupMVP.
A pick of the nose that goes 3 knuckles deep. A pick from Bill Lambier that lands you right on your fanny. An ice pick to the head. All picks that will be better than our picks coming up.
Wow.
For Week 10 of the National Football League on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Score a win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule. Whether you're running from work or home or straight to the tailgate, Amazon Pickup makes it easy and worry-free at no extra cost. Don't miss kickoff. Grab your gear and your packages when it works for you. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at Amazon.com/pickupMVP. That's Amazon.com/pickupMVP.
Looking for the best internet deal? It's just a fast phone call away. Only Optimum Fiber Internet delivers the fastest and most reliable fiber internet starting at just $25 a month. That's right, lightning fast fiber internet at a price that won't slow you down. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM today to lock in your offer in just a few minutes and see how you can also get the Disney Plus Hulu bundle and an unlimited mobile line on us. Don't take slow for an answer. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Terms apply.
There he goes to the 20, 10, 5. That's a Jet touchdown. That's a Jet touchdown.
Jets fans, be there at MetLife Stadium to see the New York Jets take on the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, November 9th at 1 p.m., presented by Verizon. Don't miss your chance to experience the excitement of game day at MetLife Stadium and cheer on your Jets. Lock in your seats at nyjets.com/tickets and get ready to clear the runway.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. Now, they converted my kids' bathtub to a shower and did an incredible, really an unbelievable job. They offer all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit done in just one day. Durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and lower cost than a standard replacement. And a lifetime guarantee. Right now, no money down, no payments, no interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today like we did at bathfitter.com. There's only one bath fitter.
This one's for the flavor fanatics. Sour apple 5-hour energy shots don't mess around. They bring the bite. Tart, tangy, and packed with tasty caffeine, this little 2-ounce bottle punches above its weight. With zero sugar and as much caffeine as your favorite 12-ounce coffee, it's the kind of pick-me-up that keep your taste buds happy without the crash. And it doesn't stop at sour apple. There are 17 bold flavors waiting for you to discover. Pick one up in store or stock up online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
What's the game called?
Football. These are the Hahn Rosenberg Pro Picks.
That's football!
Not good, Bob. Picks have not been good, but, there's still a chance for things to turn around. I lost my game last night as Denver did not cover the 8.5, so my record is 13-15, 23 points. Ladies and gentlemen, that's good enough to be in first place. Alan Hahn is 11-16. But he's only 2 off the pace at 21 points. Peter Rosenberg is an embarrassment to himself and his family. 7-20.
And football.
But because of good
Thanks,
point allocation, he's at 15 points, so still very much alive if he can get on the horse here.
Did you say, what's my score, my record?
7-20.
7-20. So how many threes have you hit?
That's an incredible. 7-20 is incredible.
Yeah, you must have hit a bunch of threes.
7 for 27?
Three. Yeah.
I'm at a quarter. I'm at 25%.
That is ridiculously poor. But you know what? You're still very much alive.
What separates us, Don?
8 points.
And
I already lost my 3-point play.
So I could make up ground, is what you're saying.
You could certainly make up ground.
Right? So, and you're a good day from catching me, Pete.
All right, let's see.
3-0.
So
Imagine that.
Since I'm in first and only have 2 picks, I'm going to go.
Go for it.
The Bills are on the road to Miami. The Dolphins are a mess. Tua is away from throwing more picks than any Dolphin has had since Chad Henne in 2010.
Oh,
He's thrown 11 interceptions. It's in their second game.
Love this.
And that's my 2-2-2-point play.
1, 2, 3-point play.
Alan?
My 1-point play is a very interesting game in the NFC. Arizona at Seattle. Seattle, we just saw. They're really good. They just added Rashid Shaheed, by the way, too.
They did.
No, you're damn right they did.
Like that's going to be a nice little addition for them. But I'm taking the points at 6.5 and going with the Cardinals and the points. Not to say they're going to win. They're going to keep it close. Why? They always do. Jacoby Brissett's playing well.
He is.
He's playing well. They've let Kyler Murray know, take your time. Take your time. So like I said, I don't think the Cardinals win, but I do think they keep it close enough to I'll take the 6.5 and Arizona. All right, my 2-point play. Well, you see all the injuries to the Chargers' offensive line. Who's left now? They lose Joe Alt. They already had lost Slater early in the year. Like, their O-line has taken a beating. Steelers' defense can tee off on Justin Herbert. So, for me, I like Rodgers in L.A. I'll take the 3 points and take the Steelers for my 2-point play. 3-point play.
Three. I think you get 3.5, by the way.
I had 3.
3.5. You get an extra half point.
I'll take the half. Yeah, whatever.
That's big.
All right, so now I'm being corrected on all my spreads here now. So, my 3-point play is one that I don't think I would ever have picked this team to do anything until this season and lately, because they're starting to turn and they're starting to catch my attention. You know who that is? That is your Carolina Panthers.
Oh.
I will lay 5.5. They are home where they're very good this season. They're playing, the Aints, so it's not like I'm making a reach here. But Rico Dowdell versus their really bad run defense, yeah, I'm all set. Give me 4 out of the last 5 wins for Carolina. They're feeling good. Give me this. Lay the 5.5. That's my 3-point play.
Three.
I don't hate that pick.
I know it's ballsy.
Is it?
It's got some Cayones.
I thought the Steeler one was a little bit of a.
Well, I just think I think any time you roll with a team like Carolina, I just consider it to be.
They're just good at. They're good at. Look, you got to look at. They're good at home. They've been on a roll lately, and New Orleans, as we know, they're not trying to win. I mean, Tyler Shuck is their quarterback. Please, this guy throws shoes. So the Arizona one's got me a little nervous. That's why it's my 1-point play. But I thought, you know what? Let's throw it on the table and see what it looks like.
Yeah, why not? See if it makes a noise.
See how it measures up.
Now, listen, a lot of people reasonably should be saying, why even listen to these picks?
Well, just go opposite.
Or it's a great point by you.
Pick against us.
No, me particularly. You guys, Alan, you've had respectable picks. You just don't have a big winning record, but they're respectable picks. All right, I'm going to go right up against Alan with the Seahawks. I get it. Arizona does play close divisional game, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just biased by what I saw from Sam Darnold. Maybe it's that weak commie defense.
Seattle.
But I'm impressed by Seattle. Give me the Seahawks at home, -6.5 with my 1-point play.
All right, so we're head-to-head on the one-pointers.
Head-to-head on the one-pointer, baby.
Let's go.
It's moving day.
My 2-point play is going to be a little I'll take the opposite. I'm taking the Allen pick in the other game. I'm taking the dog 49ers in the other NFC West clash. Give me the Niners getting 4.5 at home against the Rams. You just know there's a thing with Kyle Shanahan having the number of the Rams. 4.5 is a big number for a team that's played pretty well.
Good point.
Might get Brock Purdy back on Sunday. Give me the Niners, plus 4.5.
Mac Jones is starting, just so you know.
It's official?
Yeah. I think that what they're waiting to see is if can Brock be quarterback 2 in the game.
Either way, I was comfortable with it either way. Give me the Niners getting the 4.5 at home in my 2-point play.
I like it.
It's going to be a close divisional game in my humble opinion. Lastly, I mean this out of no disrespect. I've ran with the Bucs a bunch of time, but they're down Godwin. They're down Allen. They're down Irving. They're down Mike Evans. They have a lot of issues, and they got the hottest team in foosball coming to town. Yep. The New England Patriots in the Battle of Brady. Pats are 2.5-point dogs at Tampa. I think the Pats keep rolling, guys. I like this Bucs team quite a bit. I think they're a team you'll see beat up on the bad teams, struggle with the good ones. Give me the Pats getting the points in Tampa as my 3-point play.
1, 2, 3-point play.
It's just so maddening that the Patriots are good again and
Very
legitimately good.
I know. You look at the standings and you just see them on top 7-2. You're like, really? We're here again?
Again. But, and like I said, here's the thing. Brady, as great as he was you hated him, right? You found reasons to hate him because he was such a competitor and he just had that kind of look. Drake May, I am smitten. I'm smitten, man.
No.
He's the goods.
Peter can't answer this.
No.
Nor can I. But Alan can. I know your knee-jerk reaction is to hate the Patriots, right? But pre-Belichick and Brady, you didn't have any kind of feel for them at all, right? I mean,
no, they meant the Tony
Dolphins
Eason, Steve Grogan Patriots meant nothing. to them.
Like they were harmless, right?
Yeah.
They were. Again, I always say that the name was on the outside the helmet.
They had Pat the Patriot on the helmet.
Yeah,
That's like asking. That's like asking someone how they felt about OJ pre the '90s. It's a different thing.
Yeah, and so now Belichick's gone, Brady's gone. Like, so
doesn't matter.
That's what I'm asking. Like, is the hatred still ingrained, or do they go back to being irrelevant?
Well, I mean, Reggie Miller's gone. You still hate the Pacers, right?
Do you though?
Yeah.
Now you do because of Halliburton. But did you hate the Pacers?
It was always
really.
There. Yeah, because it's not now. I know it sounds stupid, and I wonder if fans agree with me. Sometimes it just becomes the logo. I just hate the logo. Like that's what you hate now.
Yeah,
because
that's why I'm asking.
Miami Heat aren't the Heat anymore, but it's the
I
logo.
know.
Brings
but a lot of it
back
has to do with the
thoughts
fans.
and
I don't hear from the fans as much anymore, but I get it. That's why I wanted to ask you because like I'm always going to hate the Cowboys, but there's Jerry's still there. He's one of the reasons. And
Robert Kraft is still there.
Yeah, but
he's the one that
he's lost a lot since the Orchids of Asia, right?
That day he lost a lot.
Yeah.
Well, but he's back.
He gained
he's
some.
back winning again.
Well,
it's not bad.
Those are our picks for better or worse.
By the way, Peter, the Patriots are 4-0 on the road.
That's a good team. That's a mark of a good team.
So for them to go down to Tampa and win is not out of.
No, it's not out of the question. But 5-0 is insane.
And a mark of a good show is when you close it out with an amazing segment that everybody loves, and also includes the NFL announcer lineup, and that's ENN. And it's coming up next year on Hahn Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Now, I got to give you guys a message from BetterHelp, all right? This November, BetterHelp is encouraging everyone to reach out, check in on friends, reconnect with loved ones, and remind the people in your life that you're there, all right? Now, personally, for me, I always try to stay in contact with my closest friends that I've had forever and make regular time for therapy just because it's real out here, man. Adult life is hard, and we all need someone to talk to. Now, BetterHelp, they do a great job. They'll do the initial matching work for you so you could focus on your therapy goals. You fill out a questionnaire, identify your needs. They connect you with someone, and they generally get it right, too. They have an incredible industry-leading match fulfillment rate. All right? Tailored recommendations for you with over 30,000 therapists. BetterHelp's one of the largest online therapy platforms. Having served over 5 million people globally, and guess what? It works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5. All right? That's good. I mean, I'm no math magician, but 4.9 out of 5 in the ratings, that's what you want. Whether you're checking on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp will just make it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
All the way over Barzell, score! New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night and a great weekend. We've got the Islanders home at the UBS Arena. Heavy slowdowns on the Cross Island southbound approaching Hempstead Turnpike. You're hitting the brakes there from the Throgs Neck Bridge. Might have a crash along the way right after Northern Boulevard. Nets are home at the Barclays in Brooklyn. Your typical slowdowns on the BQE heading over to Atlantic Avenue. Westbound, especially tough. You're crawling there from Queens Boulevard in Queens. Heading over to the outbound George, only easy way to do it? Well, there isn't one. Henry Hudson, your best ride. You're packed there from the bridge. Cross Bronx westbound, just slammed from the Bruckner on through. Inbound George, about 10 to 15 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln will run you about 30 to 40. Outbound Holland over an hour. Over in Jersey, doing better on 80 eastbound in the locals. They cleaned up that car fire right after 17 in Lodi. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
The Association on Aging in New York is celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Older Americans Act, which funds vital programs for millions of older adults. Services include meals, transportation, home care, Medicare counseling, case management, and caregiver support. Today, people are uncertain whether some programs remain available. We can help. To learn more about these essential programs and how to keep them, visit our website at agingny.org. Sponsored by the Association on Aging in New York.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. Now, they converted my kids' bathtub to a shower and did an incredible, really an unbelievable job. They offer all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit done in just one day. Durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and lower cost than a standard replacement. And a lifetime guarantee. Right now, no money down, no payments, no interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today like we did at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bathfitter.
Empower.
Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money. So he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro. Like it never even happened.
This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Peter Rosenberg.
Thank you, and welcome to ENN.
Ray Rowe.
You ever watch YouTube?
I'd like to start off this ENN by saying good evening to R-Truth and giving away some tickets for you and a guest to check out our friend of the show, the great R-Truth of WWE fame, one night only at SOB's. It's happening November 16th, the night before Cena's last Raw at MSG. So you don't know who's going to show up. You do not want to miss this event. It's going to be a great time. To enter, just open the ESPN New York app, find the contest tile, and submit your entry, and check out the hilarious and talented and incredible R-Truth. One night only, SOBs.com for tickets, and enter now on the ESPN New York app. I'd like to start off by saying good evening to all of us.
The long one's coming later.
Sorry?
Wow.
No, it's
right.
true. It's true.
And I'd like to say good evening to Don.
A pick of the nose that goes 3 knuckles deep. Like Jerry Jones.
And I'd like to say good evening to Alan.
I'm ready to just start exploding right now all over this computer.
So intentional.
Don, are you embarrassed?
It's yeah.
Listen, I got to catch up. I got to catch up.
Yeah, but you don't want
to.
You
guys are so far ahead of me.
You can't catch up. You can't catch up with something like that to something like this. It's your tittle.
Yeah.
Let me say good evening. Let me say good evening to Alan.
Don holding his hammer. No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was just the beginning of Fraud Alert Friday.
Don holding his hammer.
Had the gavel.
Right.
It's your tittle. And good evening to Danny from Long Island.
That's when men were men.
But it's really Joe in Staten Island.
Is he still with us?
I don't think so. I think we found out. I think we found out he passed.
He did pass.
Yeah. That's too soon. Let me say good evening to Bear.
No. Missed that.
That's back, baby. And lastly, good evening to Santana.
Yeah, I love it. Although that wasn't done last night with this pick on the Thursday night show.
No, it's gutless Broncos.
You do it again. You'd be proud of it. All right, guys, let's jump into it so we get to the have time for the announcer lineup.
Yeah, you got to have time for that.
President Donald Trump has pardoned Mets great Darryl Strawberry of tax evasion and drug charges. I'm not going to give you all this.
Back a ways, right?
What did you say?
That's got to go back a ways.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, but I don't understand. Pardoned him. Nothing was happening with this, what was it?
Well, something must.
It's from 1995.
All right, but
I don't think he's doing time.
No, but I'm sure was there money owed to the government that he waived.
I don't know. I get maybe it's just he agreed at the time to pay more than $430,000. Does this just mean it's like stricken from his record?
Yeah, I guess having those charges probably hurt him in some way, shape, or form. So,
someone made a phone call, said, "Hey, Darryl, the Mets, Queens. You're from Queens." He went, "I'm Darryl."
Now, this has nothing to do with the fact that he was one of my favorite players and he was a member of the last championship team I saw with the Mets.
Darryl Strawberry. That is,
Darryl Strawberry.
Sure,
but he's really turned his life around.
Oh, yeah.
And he's done so much good for people.
Yes.
With his books and his helping people through all.
He's the
issues,
man,
including drugs. So he is a good story in somebody that was given a second chance, in some cases a third chance, and taking advantage of it for not just him but for other people too. So if anybody I think deserved to catch a break there, it was him.
I love Darryl, friend of the show, friend of the former show at least. I think a friend of this. We've had him once on this show too, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, now, more betting issues in the world. 6 former men's college b-ball players at 3 schools, New Orleans, Mississippi Valley State, and Arizona State, participated in betting schemes that included game manipulation.
Game manipulation.
Said Quavius Hunter. Hold on.
Quavius?
No, hold on. Have you seen this combo, Jacob? Listen to these names back to back.
Okay, go ahead.
Said Quavius Hunter, Daquavion Short, and Jamond Vincent, who played for New Orleans last season.
This feels like a Key and Peele.
It does. It really does.
Aaron.
No, he's thinking of the football one where they get up and they just gave them all ridiculous football names, like said Quavius Hunter, Albany State University.
Right. That's
I
the one.
thought with the school
No, it's
teacher.
not the teacher. No,
That's funny.
Mispronouncing the names. No. They had all these players with the most bizarre names.
Yeah, just like they were doing the Monday Night Football thing.
Just making
staying
up
there.
names. Yeah.
So what they're saying is they manipulated their performance for betting purposes in 7 games, according to the NCAA findings. In all 7 games, Hunter, Short, and Vincent allegedly lost or attempted to lose by more points than the spread at sportbooks as a conspiracy with outside bettors. So, guys, we're talking about the worst kind of betting. We're talking about Pulp Fiction, taking a dive. I mean, he didn't do it in the end.
Right. That's pride. Blanking with you. You fight through that.
God, he's so good in that.
Pride hurts.
Ving Rhames.
It never helps.
Ving Rhames. So good. And now poor Bruce Willis. Such a stud in that movie, man.
Zed's dead, baby.
All right, Antonio Brown drama, guys. You know Antonio Brown. That's AB, number 84 to you and me.
This story just continues to unravel.
He'll return to Miami from a New Jersey jail after deciding not to contest his extradition to Florida on an attempted murder charge. He was brought into a jail in Essex County after his arrest by U.S. Marshals in Dubai, UAE. He waived extradition at a brief court hearing Friday and now will head to Florida. According to a warrant, he's accused of grabbing a handgun from a security staffer after a celebrity boxing event, May 16th, and firing 2 shots at a man he had gotten into a fistfight with earlier. The victim, Zulkarnain Kwame Nantambo, who's also on the team we just referred to, told investigators that one of the bullets grazed his neck. Man, Antonio Brown, bro, if that guy, I'm not trying to make excuses, But if that guy doesn't have like serious CTE issues, I always think of him and the Vontaze Burfict hit against Cincinnati.
Yep.
And you just go, Allen, on that play, did he just get broken?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Like, he did not used to be. It's like a switch turned, and
he hasn't been the same. And really, like, we didn't really know him that well beforehand, I guess, right, personality-wise.
But it got so bad.
He really started just going to he just got bizarre. Was he the one in the locker room on Facebook when Tomlin was talking?
Yes.
And Tomlin, right? It was him.
Yes.
Like that. All that kind of behavior started, and it just.
Then he had the nightmare with the Raiders.
Oh, of course.
Walking off the field in New York.
With
Tampa.
With Tampa, when Tom thought he could get him right.
Yeah, then he ended up talking trash about Tom.
Well, and Giselle.
Yeah.
But again, these are things now, right? These become headlines, and it's sensational. But you know, what you don't want to find out about in the very end is that you'll hear about CTE and what the whatever effect it had on his brain, and how all this stuff was him acting out and didn't even know what the hell he was doing. Sad, man.
It really, really is.
You know, it's in a weird way. Is it wrong for me to say? I kind of hope that ends up being the result. Not that he's just this kind of bad guy.
Well, you said
I think it's going to be. I don't know if we'll learn anything. Hopefully, he'll be physically okay, but it's not a good situation.
It wasn't always like this. What leads you to believe that it was that hit, right? He wasn't always like
that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, now Mark Sanchez, no shock here, will not return as a Fox Sports analyst.
I was kind of hoping he would.
We can confirm Mark Sanchez is no longer with the network. There's no further comment, Fox Sports said.
I mean, what are you going to do, right?
Right.
Well, it's like you can't go. This is the thing I hate about these woke times we live in. It's like you can't go out to dinner and try to stab an Uber driver anymore. I remember in my day.
But you know what, though? It's like I want to know the whole story.
But by the way,
because Mark's one of the he's not. He doesn't seem like an aggressive guy like that.
Yeah, but it sounds like he has a raging drinking problem.
Well.
And that changes everything, right?
I know.
It's so bizarre.
You've never had a friend in your life who is generally normal, and then 4 shots of tequila, and they're the worst person alive?
Oh, 100%.
We've all known.
Yeah. I literally have a friend like that.
They're the worst. That's just my guess.
To go out, the worst to like that. He's the one that you just go, yep, I'm all set. I'm out.
Yeah, you get to a certain age, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, because when you're friends with somebody like that and you know they're going to get in trouble, you don't leave them by themselves. You got to be with them.
Yeah.
Because I got to get them out of whatever's going to happen.
We all have friends that, and good friends, that you just know it's time to go home.
Oh.
Right? That we've gotten to the stage in the evening where only bad things can happen.
Mm. I hate when you have someone in your life, though, where you have to be nervous about them all night. It's just you're waiting for it to happen, the switch to flip. Ugh. Anyways, listen, I don't want to speak out of school.
I would love to get his side of the story. I wonder one day we'll get it. If there is his side of the story, or it's just simply like, I was blackout drunk.
My prediction is that's it. I don't think there is a story. That's just the way the story felt. Yeah. Now, so I guess it's more as appropriate a time as ever to get into our NFL announcer lineup. Is this week 10?
Week 10, yes.
Good God almighty.
There was a time in our NFL's history this would have been the last week of the season.
I know,
Too short, right? That was they didn't realize how much they missed.
All right,
we were at war. We wanted to get it over with.
We had to get back to the we had to get back to the field.
Let's start early Sunday, 9:30 a.m. to be exact. 2 teams that have been interlocked throughout history, one of the great rivalries of all time. The Falcons and the Colts?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
NFL Network, 9:30. You know what that means? Never see these games. It's in Berlin, and it's Adam Amin.
Now stands erect.
He'll be joined by Kurt Warner.
You FaceTime me in the middle of my massage.
Stacey Dales. And Christina Pitt.
Come on.
Really? No Stacey? No Stacey Dales.
I don't know Stacey. I don't know Stacey Dales. Not Stacey Dash.
No, Stacey Dales.
Even Stacey Dash, we should have had a
at least get a drop from Clueless, and we'll do that for Stacey Dales from now on. Rolling with the homies. All right, 1 o'clock.
She was like 40 in that movie, She's like 60 now, still drop dead gorgeous.
It's 1 o'clock on Fox. The New Orleans Saints.
You ready to go back out there? Yeah. All right. Sherry, can you do this? Rolling with the homie.
She's actually not in the clip we just played, but it's clueless.
Everybody knows what you're talking about.
New Orleans and the Panthers. Oh, that NFC South clash you dream about. 1 o'clock on Fox, and you guys don't know it, but when I say it, you'll know it had to be him. It's Chris Myers on the call.
Yeah. I have Chris Myers.
He'll be joined by good old Stink,
I always pee on the floor.
Mark Schlereth, and Jen Halle.
A down to the wire thriller.
We stay at 1 o'clock. We stay on Fox, and we stay with a couple of NFC stalwarts. Hard-nosed football. The Bears and the Giants. Joe Davis on the call. Oh, no. Are people going to protest this game, Don?
That's right.
I mean, Mad Dog, can you watch the game? Ariel Helwani, you going to turn it off? The host of the Dodgers parade?
And then has the audacity
to call a Giants game?
The unmitigated gall.
He can't call a Giants game. He's a Dodgers guy. He'll be joined by Greg Woosen.
I'm aggressive by nature.
And Pam Oliver.
I'm not dead yet.
Ooh. 1 o'clock on Fox also. Oh, man, we got all the clashes.
Yeah.
The NFC South, the AFC. Smells like Thursday. The Jaguars and the Texans. CBS, 1 o'clock.
Oh, God.
Ian Eagle on the call.
Yeah.
It's gotten ugly.
He'll be joined by James Jonathan Watt.
That's a wild card Monday game, too.
Is it?
No, yeah, sure it is.
That feels like a Tuesday in COVID.
No, but that's two South teams. That's tough.
Is this Davis Mills, right, at quarterback?
Oh, yeah, like you dream about.
Oh, my. Davis Mills.
And on the sideline, the great Evan.
The lobby is bustling. There is an energy here.
Another divisional clash, CBS 1 o'clock. Let's take a Spirit Air flight, get into a fist fight, and go to Miami. The Bills and the Dolphins. I was at the airport. I saw a woman walking around in her underwear. Andrew Catalan on the call.
Going up high and bringing it down for 6.
He'll be joined by the great Charles Chuck Davis.
Joey Porter's getting away with being a little bit handsy early in this game.
Jason McCourty.
It's okay, Rondé.
And A.J. Ross.
Texans running back Joe Mixon dapping it up.
The woman had a handgun in her underwear, too, which was
Yeah, you don't see that
quite
every day.
interesting. Yeah.
Wow.
And Stink was right there peeing on the floor.
Don't make me Google that.
On the floor.
Yeah.
Don't make me Google that. I really now want to Google that.
Just type in Miami Airport and just see anything that happens there.
Anything that happens.
1 o'clock on Sunday. We're on Fox. We go to Minnesota. And J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings against, could it be, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Kevin Kugler on the call.
And it's caught! It's a touchdown!
He'll be joined by Daryl Johnston and Allison Williams on the sideline. Tough for Allison still.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, Allison.
You throw out the record books when these two giants get together. 1 o'clock, CBS, the Browns, the Jets. Oh, man. Spiro Dides.
My heart is always at the Jersey Shore.
Adam Archuleta.
Adam Golden Archuleta.
And the great Aditi Kinkwabala on the sideline.
Thanks for having me. It's a beautiful morning. The sun is shining. It's not raining.
One more 1 o'clock game, and it's the Brady Bowl. You know who had to get this game. It has to be
Tom Brady?
No.
Oh.
CBS vehicle for the Pats and the Bucks. Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
It's Jim Nance alongside Tony Romo. And Tracy Wolfson.
Are you kidding me?
Now, 4:05 on CBS. Oh, man. A classic NFC West clash. And by that, I mean the kind of game you've fallen asleep to many times over the years. Kevin Harlan on the call, though. Well, he won't let you fall asleep.
Oh, calamity!
Trent Green.
Good. Holy smokes.
And Melanie Collins.
This rivalry never disappoints. When you Derek, take me through that run.
Now, we go to 4:25, guys.
Sure.
And I'll have you guys pick your nap coming up here in a bit between the 3-4 o'clock games. You had the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Now you have the other NFC West game, which is a doozy. The Rams at the Niners. Guys, that's a Kevin Burkhardt vehicle.
Keith, these are definitely not pumpkins.
He'll be joined, of course, by Tom Brady.
If I wanted to have fun, I was going to go to Disneyland with my kids.
Aaron Andrews.
Who was talking about you?
And Tom Rinaldi.
How spectacular and great is this?
Of course, the 49ers, 4.5-point dogs at home. They seem to own the Rams, 7 out of the last 10 over Sean McVay's team. The other 425er will have my attention, I guess. The Lions at the Commanders. And speaking of Commanders, it's been announced by the great Pat McAfee. The Commander-in-Chief, Donald Trump, will be in attendance as part of the NFL's honoring of veterans that they're doing at halftime at that game. Now, guys, Jaden Daniels is going to go ahead and not play in this game, but somehow, after the horrifying injury of Sunday night, Jaden Daniels not going to the injured reserve. No fracture and no ligament damage. The Commanders choose to keep him off the IR. I don't know how I feel about it, Don.
Well, how long does that keep you out of the IR?
4.
So if he's got a chance to play in 2-3 weeks, why would you want to shut the window on that? I mean, I know you're light a player technically, but isn't that worth it if you think he can come back in that window?
I just feel like the idea that you would care about playing Jaden again, and again, every player is going to tell us this, guys. We could interview 5 different players. They're all going to say the same thing. Guys want to play. No, quarterbacks don't throw away seasons. So fans like us, we think, just don't play. They're not going to think that way. I understand that. But guys, unless they come up with a couple of miracle wins to get to a decent record, how are we having a conversation?
And how would you feel if they did? He's able to play, but because he's on IR, he doesn't play. And then you lose a game because of
Listen, I think this season is not going anywhere. So I just want him safe.
All right, but he's not going to play until he's able to play. And what if he's able to play in that window? That's all
I guess what they're doing here, right, is to see can they stay in it enough that, you let him heal. They'll put a brace on it for sure, right? They'll do something. He'll have some type of brace. It's not his throwing arm. And then if there's a chance, it's almost like he wants it. If there's a chance we can make the playoffs, I want to be able to help the team get there.
And the only negative, you're light a player for that 3 weeks until he might be able to play.
Now, Don, here's a list for you. Worst injuries that turned out to not be that bad. Because, I mean, this one people were treating like it was Joe Theismann, and I understand why. It was gruesome. And to have it not even be a torn ligament or anything, to me, guys, my pushback when people say is that he's injury prone. I may say he's the opposite. I don't know how he avoided serious injury
in that sense.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now,
nothing tore is unreal.
Unreal. Now, the great Kenny Albert's on the call for that game.
Short man with a long stick. Yeah. We've talked about that stick in the past.
He'll be joined by Jonathan. And the great Megan O'Leary.
The Trophy Hall of Fame, sick.
Takes us to the Sunday night on NBC. The Steelers and the Chargers. Alan will be locked in on Aaron Rodgers and company at L.A. Tirico on the call on NBC.
They still seem to resonate.
There are 3 teams.
He'll be joined by Chris Collinsworth.
By next weekend, you will have a TikTok video. You got to put one down.
And Melissa Stark.
Oh, okay. Nothing like live television. I'm okay.
Potentially a hell of a Monday nighter to close out the week, too. The Eagles and the Packers from Lambeau. I considered touching this game, but laid off. 8:15 on ESPN and ABC. Joe Buck on the call.
See ya.
Troy Aikman.
Yeah, feed him.
Lisa Salters.
Welcome to the playoffs.
And Laura Rutledge.
Enjoy that flight.
Guys, that'll do it for your NFL announcer lineup Week 10 edition. Have a great weekend. Guys, we do it again on Monday?
Yeah, why not?
I say we do it.
3 o'clock Monday. Everybody enjoy the weekend. Hopefully your picks are good. Rangers hockey is next.